KERX, Paris Fort Smith, the Morning Rush, coming up next.
I hope that people can see, I guess, my career and my journey and not have to think that they have to be some hotshot or superstar, and they can just achieve just what they want just by kind of working through things. And I think a harder journey is better for you as a person.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You are causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy?
What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
So that was Kevin Copps on the Hog Pod talking about his journey. We're going to have an exciting time tomorrow at 7:15, and it's his father, Rick Copps, joins the program. Really excited to hear Rick's story on his son, just kind of how his growth and development has happened, not just this past year, but in high school and arriving in Arkansas. What's changed for Mr. Kevin Copps? The DraftKings World Series odds have been updated for the College World Series. Arkansas is number one by a long way. What's going to propel them? What's going to prevent them from getting that elusive national title? College football expansion. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. I want to open it up a little more to how it affects the Arkansas Razorback football program and how I think it's going to help this team moving forward. Ticket protocol. Let's say you have tickets for this weekend and you can't go. What's the proper thing to do? Do you want to make money off them? Do you sell them to students for face value, your friends for face value? I've seen a lot of different opinions on this on social media. The ethical, the right thing to do as a Razorback fan. We'll get into that coming up later. And then also, what's worse? This is our sports question this morning. Not touching home plate on a home run or dropping the ball before crossing the end zone. That's a fun little factoid that we will ask this morning that I want a lot of different opinions, a lot of different takes, and a lot of different calls and text on, because I lean one way, but some of you guys and gals might lean another. So you could probably tell this morning I'm a little more energized because I was very, very tired yesterday. Got a 3-hour nap at some point, but I'm better. And
you feel good now?
Yeah, I'm better.
Okay.
Maybe it was because of the double cheeseburger, the mozzarella sticks, the Oreo milkshake, the chicken nuggets, and the large fry that I ate last night. At 10 o'clock.
At one time?
At one time, yes.
Gum, boy.
So maybe that's why I'm feeling a little better this morning.
You got enough vitamin G in your system.
I guess. Now, we were playing water volleyball last night, and one of the guys I was playing with actually got stung by a scorpion. So he's got scorpion blood in his DNA.
Did he how do you, I've never been.
It was in the pool, and he was leaning up against the wall, and he just goes, ow. And we kind of look at him, and next thing we know, we see this scorpion that stung him, and we ended up having to throw it out of the water. But it was just kind of a weird, kind of scary situation. You ever been stung by a scorpion before?
Never been stung. Seen several of them out back home where we live. And I want to say my mom has been stung by one. I think I could be wrong with that. But, I've seen they're all over the place back there. But, no, go back for a second. You ate a double cheeseburger, Oreo milkshake, mozzarella sticks, chicken nuggets, and fries in one sitting.
Large fry, yeah.
Pardon me, large fry. You are built different. I'll give you that. Good Lord, boy.
10 o'clock
That'd make anybody feel better, though.
I feel a lot better this morning.
Maybe that's your problem. Like, if you're tired, you just need to, gorge yourself with vitamin G.
I feel a lot better this morning. We're going to talk some Arkansas baseball as we're on the road to Omaha. Thanks to Steve Feinberg and Associates, commercial real estate specialist serving Northwest Arkansas. Go to arkrealestate.com. Also stop by the Grease Pig for all your vehicles, oil changes, services, and repairs on North College and MLK in Fayetteville. If you have any roofing needs, call Construction Masters Roofing at 479-648-8888. Construction Masters Roofing is ready for all your roofing needs and more. So we're going to open up the phone lines all morning. Tom Murphy's going to join us at 7:20, Richard Davenport at 8. What is the reason and the reasons against why you'll win a national championship this year. You heard me mention DraftKings came out with their College World Series odds. Arkansas is plus 180 to win the College World Series. I think at one point before the tournament began, maybe it was in the regional, they were plus 750, so you would have had a much more lucrative bet if you would have bet a week or so ago when those odds initially came out. But it's dropped, and that shows you how much respect Vegas has for your Arkansas Razorback baseball team. Now, we know the opinions in Vegas do not determine what occurs on the baseball diamond, on the field. But that is, I think, a good sign to what could help and what could come of this season moving forward. I mentioned Rick Copps tomorrow. Kevin Copps' father is going to be joining us. Really excited about that interview, the dialogue that we're going to have back and forth. And Clay, I guarantee you will have a good question or two on Kevin Copps because he's the best pitcher and the best player in all of baseball right now. He just won the Stopper of the Year yesterday, which is given to the best relief pitcher in, he was a finalist. He's a finalist for the Stopper of the Year. I apologize. I want to jump the gun on that. I'm going to assume
might as well just go ahead and award it to him.
I'm going to assume he's going to win it. It's going to be divvied out on the 18th of June, one day before the College World Series, which Arkansas could find themselves in Omaha next week. Again, the Stopper of the Year award is presented to the best relief pitcher in all of college baseball. That is a massive part on why you could win a national championship this year and rake in money if you bet on the Arkansas Razorbacks. If you do, or if you did bet on Arkansas, I hope you got better odds than plus 180 because, again, that is the level of respect that Vegas has for you right now in your chance, your odds to win the national championship. Now, you're going to have a much better performance, not just against NC State, but against the other programs that you could potentially face in Omaha than you did against Nebraska because the hitting wasn't necessarily there at times. The pitching was inconsistent, really, outside of Wicklander and Kevin Copps. I liked what I saw from Connor Nolan, but you do have to find some more consistency out of the pitching. So we're going to go back and forth a little bit, and we're going to have all morning to discuss this. So don't think that we're not going to, once we're done with this conversation this morning, that we'll be done with it overall. We're definitely going to reach back and turn around to these points. You got one of the best coaches in college baseball. The sequence that Dave Van Horn had when Christian Franklin was at bat 11 times, or the 11-pitch sequence, and then after a 2-0 count, he looks at Charlie Welts, points to left field, and lets him swing away. We always talk about the coaching efficiency of Eric Musselman. Dave Van Horn is even in the category above that based on his track record. 90-something% of the time, he seems to make an adjustment or makes a right play or right call or right sign, pick something. It pays off, and that's a really high percentage for a coach in collegiate sports. That is a guy that you can rely on over and over and over again. It's like when Tommy and Ruskin used to say Denny Crane. It's like Denny Crane, Dave Van Horn. That's something that they used to joke about, and that's because you're just so reliant upon your head coach with the Arkansas baseball team for what he's done for this program, and so much has been accomplished in his tenure at Arkansas. He's just waiting on that national championship. A lot to discuss this morning. Coming up, how does Arkansas's opportunity change if the college football playoff moves to 12 teams?
Morning Rush today is brought to you by Joe's Grill and Cantina, starting at 10:45 every Saturday morning. Come by and have the brunch special and sip on a cocktail before you start your day. And you can have a breakfast burrito, a frittata, and so much more to choose from. Get you a breakfast burrito and get you the Smackdown Margarita Mimosa. It will not let you down. Along with all the other great options they've got at Joe's Grill and Cantina, plus their daily specials that you can check out online or on their Facebook page, Joe's Grill and Cantina. Their brunch starts at 10:45 and live music back every Tuesday and Saturday night. So make sure you head out to Joe's Grill and Cantina tonight for a great meal or this weekend for an incredible brunch or dinner. That's Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street in Fort Smith across from Harps, 479-478-9600.
If the college football playoff expands to 12 teams, I think Arkansas eventually will have a shot.
The Road to Omaha is presented by the Grease Pig Lubin Tune with 2 locations in Fayetteville. Constructions Masters Roofing, ready for your roofing needs and more. Call 479-648-8888. And by Steve Feinberg and Associates, commercial real estate specialist serving Northwest Arkansas. Go to arkrealestate.com.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. Summer's finally here, and with a great deal on a new Camry, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, and more, you can celebrate all of your favorite summer holidays, like Memorial Day, Cinco de Mayo, Independence Day, Father's Day.
You're doing great, Jan.
Thanks, Dad. Love you. International Pizza Party Day. Pepperoni, please. And by pepperoni, I mean Hawaiian. Let's keep this between us, though. I have relatives in Boston. I'll take another slice of pepperoni, please. But hold the pepperoni. Let's go ahead and add ham and pineapple. Thanks.
Toyota, let's go places. Get $750 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a 2021 Camry LE for $269 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and N6121.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson for Shangri-La Resort. They're going on their 65th year, giving you some of the memories you treasure to this day. Take it from me, I grew up going there. The Carrs are going on their 3rd generation of taking care of you. Mama Carr makes the best pie in all of Arkansas, and they wake up at 3 in the morning just to start making them. Check them out online at ShangriLaResort.net and check out their Facebook and Instagram pages for some of the best scenery in the natural state. Shangri-La Resort, a touch of paradise and a boatload of fun.
Business is back, and your locally owned TGI Fridays is now hiring for multiple positions. For over 26 years, TGI Fridays in Fort Smith has been locally owned and a fun place to work, and we want you to come be a part of our family. Apply in person or message us online on our TGI Fridays Fort Smith Facebook page. If you've been out of work and are needing a job, or you're just looking for a career change, we have multiple positions available in the front and back of the house, and we want to welcome you to our family at your locally owned TGI Fridays in Fort Smith.
Do you own apartment complexes, condos, and rental property? Then you have made a great investment. Now make another great decision by calling Trinity Multifamily to help you maximize your return. Trinity Multifamily offers full-service property management, marketing, leasing, sales, and all the services to make your cash flow. Take the hassles and frustrations out of ownership and call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
The Golf Nut has been Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994. Take advantage now of Vice golf balls. Buy more, save more sip. Buy 5 or more dozen and pay only $28.99 per dozen. The Golf Nut has a great selection of shoes in stock, including the Nike Air Jordan AP G3s and the new Jordan Speed 5 Spikeless from Under Armour. Spend some time on the TrackMan and Foresight simulation bays. Just call for an appointment. As always, check Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop since 1994.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Building a home can be stressful. This is true whether you're the homeowner or the contractor. Many times these issues result in a lawsuit. If you are a homeowner or a contractor and find yourself needing legal help, call the attorneys at Kevin Hickey Law Partner. With experience representing homeowners as well as non-payment or other issues that could arise during construction. Contact Brad Hull or Kevin Hickey at 479-434-2414 in the River Valley or 479-802-6560 in Northwest Arkansas. Or check them out at the web at artriallawyers.com.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Would printing from your phone or tablet make your life easier? Are you emailing files to yourself so that you can print them from your desktop or laptop? The Xerox VersaLink and AltaLink lines of network printers and multifunction printers will natively print using your phone's built-in capabilities. Apple AirPrint and Google Cloud Printing just work. To order yours today, give us a call at 783-6600 or visit dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC wants to buy your vehicle, and they'll pay top dollar today. Pre-owned car values are at an all-time high, and your car is worth more today than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Buick GMC, and they will pay you more for your trade. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they will still buy yours. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Craft.
First base line's open. The pitch is ripped deep to left field by Webb, and it's way out of here. Braden Webb hits his third home run of the season.
Streaming live at hitthatline.com.
If the college football playoff moves to 12 teams, that is going to help out the Arkansas Razorback football program tenfold if they actually want an opportunity to make it. Because I don't know about you, I don't think that the SEC, the NCAA AP voters, and anything that goes into the college football playoff voting is going to stake their neck out to help Arkansas get into the top 4. But I do think there's an opportunity for them to make it in the top 12. Because if you look at some of the recent years for Arkansas football, 2011, 2010, 06, 02, 98, you could talk about 69, some of the other great Razorback football teams in the history of this program, those teams would have opportunities to play. And some of you, and rightly so, think that if not for one game or one down or one penalty or one play, that team, this team, that squad could have won a national championship. There's going to be years, in my opinion, where Arkansas gets close and on the brink. And I don't know how long the timeline is for Sam Pittman. I don't think it's going to happen this year. And first and foremost, the college football playoff is not expanding to 12 teams prior for this season. I don't know if it's going to be the following year. I don't know if it's going to be 2023, 2024, 2025. I do think at some point, though, whether it's under Sam Pittman or someone else, this program is going to get back to a point where they're in contention for the SEC West. And that would lead me to believe, unless the SEC West and SEC overall takes a downward spiral because of how competitive this league is, this team is going to be in contention for a top 12 college football playoff appearance. Now, some of you like this idea of expanding to 12. Some of you don't. And if you want to hop in here, you can, 877-377-6963. If you're looking this from an Arkansas vantage point, I think you have to be for it, right? Because you're not going to make it in the top 4. You're just, I don't see a scenario where that happens. I wish I was wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm incorrect. I hope next season, not this season, but next season, this team is just dynamite and they just explode. I don't foresee that happening or in seasons to come. I think this team has the potential to be in that top 12 mold, upper echelon of college football. I think the top 4, which has really been Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, and Oklahoma, I think that's a really hard category to mold yourself and kind of fiddle your way into. That's just my vantage point. If you have another one, you can also comment on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch live stream this morning. And I think for branding purposes, if you're Arkansas football, This is huge. The magnitude on this is unreal because you would be given so much buzz. Think about like the College World Series. Think about the buzz your program got going to the Elite Eight. Think about the buzz your program got for Arkansas baseball just this past weekend. That doesn't just affect Arkansas baseball. It is a recruiting Thursday here on the Morning Rush, and I guarantee you that Richard Davenport and some of the guys that he's talked to most recently that aren't just baseball players. He's talked to those, but he's talked to other ones as well. They're watching highlights of the Arkansas, Nebraska regional and the other teams they played, and they're seeing just how crazy of a fan base this is and how excited they get when they see success for the Arkansas Razorbacks, and they're intrigued by that. They're saying, if this is what they do for baseball, what do you think they do for football? What do you think there's 80,000 packed in Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium, the first time ever that place has been enclosed? And I know it's 76 total, but 80 with standing room. There's potential there. There's not just potential. There is just this cultivating attractiveness about the idea of, man, if they're giving that much effort for baseball. And I'm not trying to put baseball in a box, but we know Arkansas in this state, the sports are as follows: football, basketball, baseball. That's not breaking any news to you in terms of fan attraction, just the amount of fans that go to games, the amount of fans in this state. That's how it is. And that's not, again, to diminish or denigrate or kind of put on a lower pedestal of what Arkansas baseball is, because you need them as number one team in the country. You don't need to put any disrespect on their names. I get that. That's just the reality of the situation. And I also think, I don't know about you, but I think it'd be pretty fun to play some of the group of 5 teams that you'd be potentially matched up against. So if it was a 12-team expansion, this is what it's looking like according to Pete Thamel of Yahoo Sports. The 5 would play the 12. The first 4 would get buys, and you have 5 versus 12, 6 versus 11 as follows. So similar to the NCAA tournament, the higher seed matchup against the lower seed, except the first 4 get buys. I like that. I think that's awesome. I'd like to see what Arkansas and a Boise State, UCF, other Louisiana, some of these other group of 5 schools, Troy, that have had success recently, not just against their own conference, but against Power 5 schools in the regular season. That to me is fun. That to me is exciting. I like that idea. I don't know if you feel that same way, but I like that idea a lot. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Do you want that? Do you like that idea, SmackDown?
I could see the both sides of it. But to me, if having the same 4 teams in this in the playoff, or having similar matchups every 2, 3, 4 years, whatever.
Oklahoma, Clemson,
Oklahoma, Alabama, Clemson,
Ohio
Notre
State.
Dame. Yeah, like just that same group of 6, we'll say. And then you might have the occasional LSU jump in there, whatever. But that same crop of teams, there's a reason that those teams are in there, because they're the best. Is a 12-team playoff going to be that answer? Yes, you may get a Cinderella every once in a while, but is that going to be the answer that's going to cure everybody's gripes and complaints? I
don't think so, but I would at least like to
I'm all for it. If you want to do it, let's do it, but yeah.
That's kind of how I feel as well. Hey, World of Wireless, you don't want to miss the Super Regional this weekend. So if you're out camping, RVing, at a wedding, tailgating, they have half a dozen playmakers coming in this Friday. So if you have Dish already, you can buy the portable satellite, and World of Wireless will get you hooked up with all the same channels that you have at home. They're local, so they can set it up for you, and they can help it get it activated for you and working at the same time. And if you don't have Dish, you can save a ton right now by getting Dish. They have 1 right now available, but if they're going to get half a dozen against 6 more tomorrow, again, the Playmaker, it's only $7 a month to add to your home Dish account. That's an incredible deal. And again, they're getting 6 more tomorrow, so stop by World of Wireless. Wow, World of Wireless, and to stop by and see Ben Thomas in Barling. More coming up.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice spec.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This song might make you feel cool, but it perfectly describes a fool. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road and gonna ride till I can't no more, and can't nobody tell me nothing. This path will only lead you to God's wrath, because the Bible says the wicked refuse discipline and treat his words like trash. What good is a nice beat when you're headed down the wrong street? I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
19th. Harry Robinson Buick GMC wants to buy your vehicle, and they'll pay top dollar today. Pre-owned car values are at an all-time high, and your car is worth more today than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Buick GMC, and they will pay you more for your trade. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they will still buy yours. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Owning an LS tractor is about a lot of things.
For me, it's about lift capacity.
It's about the hydraulics.
Owning an LS, it's about how well it's made.
Steel, baby. More features.
Standard features. It's about the land.
Having something passed down.
It's about having pride in my work.
It's about owning the best.
LS Tractor. What's it about for you?
Discover what LS tractors are all about at our track, Arkansas's oldest LS tractor dealer, on I-40 exit 58 Clarksville, or visit ourtrackwithac.com.
Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedures for you and your family. From general dentistry, braces, implants, and cosmetics, Dr. Bo Sparkman and Dr. Brogan give all of their patients better lives with a better smile, more confidence, and a comfortable experience every time. Riley Farm Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit RileyFarmDental.com.
Farm Credit has been a trusted friend for over 100 years. They are ag financing experts. So whether you're a longtime farmer, new to farming, or buying your dream home or land in the country, their experienced staff has a plan to fit your goals, needs, and your bottom line. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com. Farm Credit is an equal opportunity lender.
Have you ever been to River City Bistro for a brunch on the weekends? Every Saturday and Sunday, River City is open at 10 a.m. with a special brunch menu. Eggs and omelets any way you like. Premium bacon, sausage and ham, waffles, eggs Benedict, and a great drink menu featuring mimosas, Bloody Marys, and all your brunch favorites. We will see you for brunch every Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. at River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Was your roof damaged by recent storms? Don't fall victim to out-of-town contractors and fly-by-night repairmen. Trust the local roofing professionals at Able Roofing. Call their local number, 474-0006, for a free roof inspection. Never trust something as important as the roofing system on your home to a storm chaser. Able Roofing, 474-0006, will work with your insurance company. Call now for your free roof inspection, 474-0006. Able Roofing, the hometown roofers.
Whoo! Hi, folks. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. I need a vacation. I bet you do too. But I can't take a break until I take in 57 trades. So this month, I'll pay you up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value when you trade for the Rath Road Ready vehicle of your choice. And we've got a great selection. Each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. So send your old ride packing and get up to $4,000 more than it's worth when you hit the road in a nicer, newer car. Trip delayed by past credit mishaps? Don't worry. We've mapped out the road to more approvals, and you could get up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value for your trade. Keeping the car you have, get it ready for summer in our Meineke Car Care Center with free AC checks, half off brakes, and buy 3 get 1 free on all tires. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends by June 30th, 2021.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
5 seconds, 4 seconds, gets to the basket, layup, no good, rebound, no take, that's the ball game. Hogs are going to the Sweet 16. Hogs are going to the Sweet 16.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from Tuning.
Back here on the Morning Rush, going to get into some headlines this morning. Really excited to tell you about a few of them, including this conversation surrounding, hey, what's worse, not stepping on home plate after a home run or throwing the ball aside before you cross the end zone? That's something that we've seen happen across professional and collegiate sports in both football and baseball. What's worse? We'll get into that coming up. Had a good conversation with Brett Good, former Razorback, former Green Bay Packer, and just what he does now. He's part of the Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions teams. And you can take care of all of your employee benefits, health insurance, and staffing management solutions with our guy, Brett Good. Plus, he can take care of all of your commercial and personal insurance needs. Come join Brett Good's team at Henderson Phillips, 479-651-2292, which is his cell phone number. Again, 479-651-2292. That's Brett Good, Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. Let's take Rod on I-40's phone call this morning. Rod, you're on the Morning Rush, buddy.
How y'all doing?
We're good, Rod. How are you this morning, brother?
I'm just firing frogs here, man.
That's pretty fine right there, brother.
Couldn't be any better. No, I kind of like the idea of a 12-team playoff, although there was a year there when we played Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl. If we were number 3, the 4-team playoff would have helped us, but some people won't be happy with the 64-team playoff because Podunk University didn't get in. Their university. But, 12's not like a good number, and I like the bye system.
Yeah, you were the number 3 team in the country when you played the LSU Tigers in Baton Rouge. You held them for a half, and then really the Honey Badger took over, unfortunately, in the second half of that football game, and that was all she wrote after that.
Well, it would have been nice if we had a 4-team, 4-seed playoff that year, but, 12 sounds like a good number. I mean, it's not really outlandish, and, there's plenty of money to be made off that by the university, so, yeah. I think 12 is good.
And that's the money part, Rod, is something that you brought up that needs to be touched on, and we appreciate your call, buddy. So the college football teams and schools are not going to do this without the ESPN and the other networks anteing up money, whoever wants to host this. This is going to be a part of the college football playoffs. So that's going to be the part that has to work out financially if this does occur and if it does indeed move to 12 teams. Kevin Kopps, we'll get into the headlines now. He's one of the 10 finalists for the Stopper of the Year award. It's given to college baseball's best relief pitcher. This is another award that he could potentially win. He's already won collegiate baseball's Player of the Year. He's won the College Baseball Writers Pitcher of the Month twice. He's a Golden Spikes Award semifinalist. He'll be a part of the Dick Hauser Trophy in some way, shape, or form. Just give it to him now because he's earned it. He's deserved it. One day prior to the College World Series is when this award is going to be given out on June the 18th. So be keeping your eyes open, your ears peeled, because Kevin Kopps could be getting another award to add to his pedigree after the fantastic season he's had. A couple moves across the college baseball landscape. So Jim, how do you say his name? Schlossnagle? Is that how you say it?
That sounds good to me.
Jim Schlossnagle He's been at TCU quite some time, 18 years. Well, he's now taking the Texas A&M jobs, getting paid, I think, $1.4, $1.5 million. And now he said already in the offseason or during the season maybe that he was not going to take another job, but money talks, and it looks like it's talk for Schlossnagle, and now he is leaving the Horned Frogs for the Aggies. I would much rather live in Fort Worth than College Station, but money talks, and it looks like it's talking in this case.
Are you being honest, or are you just having your Texas A&M hater glasses on?
I mean, I'd rather live in Fort Worth.
No, Fort Worth is
than
great.
College
Okay,
Station.
all right. Okay.
What about you?
No, Fort Worth. We went to game day in Fort Worth. Had a great time in Fort Worth. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to College Station, so I'm gonna.
I haven't either. Mike Irwin hates College Station. So
well, if Mike Irwin hates it, then we'll defer to his judgment.
I was going to say I will listen to Mike in this case when it comes to College Station. Also saw, this is from Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball, Pat Casey is in heavy consideration for the LSU job. I was like, Todd, why does that name sound familiar? He was the Oregon State head baseball coach when you lost the national championship in 2018. He's since retired. I think he's only 2 years younger than Paul Maneri. So this is a very compelling storyline that he could eventually come out of retirement for this job. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I did find that interesting, though, that Pat Casey's name is being linked to LSU. Now, Kendall Rogers is about as good as a baseball reporter and writer as it gets. So when he says something, he puts something on social media, there's a good chance that there's actually some stuff there. So we'll have to wait and see on that if that indeed is the case. Treylon Burks finds himself once again in a first round in a mock draft for 2022. He is all the way up at number 12 on Pro Football Focus in their mock draft. Las Vegas Raiders is where he's projected at right now, according to Pro Football Focus. Now, we told you earlier this week that Pro Football Focus has him as the third best NFL projected wide receiver on their board. So high praise for the kid out of Warren, Arkansas. I saw LeBron James change his number to 6. Evidently, he can't live up to the greatness and the legacy of Michael Jordan. That's the jersey that he donned in Space Jam 2, and that's apparently why he's going back to that and to give Anthony Davis his shirt back, or his jersey back. I'm going to hold the belief that he's tired of trying to live up to the greatest basketball player of all time, and he crumbled and melted under the pressure. That's the statement that I will leave you with when it comes to that conversation.
High-quality journalism right there, folks. Giving you all the facts.
Big J journalism right there. I saw...
LeBron was always better than number 6, though. Dude didn't care when he wore number 6 in Miami.
Yeah, it's like the one time Michael Jordan wore number 45 when they faced off against the Orlando Magic in the 1995 playoffs. He came back mid-season that year and was wearing that. And it was either Nick Anderson or Dennis Scott or Penny Hardaway saying that ain't number 23. He soon then switched back to 23, but he wasn't himself that year. They ended up falling to the Magic. I think I don't remember if it was the Eastern Conference Finals or semifinals. I think
it was the semis.
But they fell to the Orlando Magic that year. Magic got all the way to the championship and lost to the Houston Rockets. So that, and then the following year, Michael and company swept them. So that's...
He put 23 back on.
Yeah, he put 23 back on, and Michael Jordan did what he did, got revenge, and dominated Penny Hardaway, Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson, Shaquille O'Neal, all those other guys that were part of that mid-90s Orlando Magic team.
When everything was good in the NBA.
When everything was fun in the National Basketball Association.
You brought up
80s and 90s.
You brought up Space Jam. Are you excited to see this new Space Jam?
I will.
Aside from I know you don't care for LeBron like a lot of people do, but the trailer looks really good for this new Space Jam.
I will watch it, but I'm not going to head in with strong expectations. I'm going to walk in to that movie, not in movie theaters. I'm not going to see that in theaters. When it eventually comes out, I'll throw it on the TV, and I will be either pleasantly surprised or pretty assuming that this movie is going to drastically underwhelm, unlike the first Space Jam movie.
I'm in the same boat. I don't know. The trailer looks like it's complete. Like it doesn't have the same storyline, I guess, of the first Space Jam. So
yeah, Tim saying that LeBron changing his number is all about money. All the fans that have 23 got to go out and buy number 6 to be current. I do have a retro LeBron James 23 jersey for the Miami Heat that I'm keeping so I can sell it one day, because that's going to be worth a lot of money. Or is it 6? I think it's 6. I guess it, because we're just talking about he was number 6 on Miami. All right, other headline, last headline we'll get to this morning. So Bobby Witt Jr., who is a Kansas City Royals prospect. Maybe that name sounds familiar. It should if you ever attend Northwest Arkansas Natural games, because he's on the Royals AA affiliate and the minor league team up there in Northwest Arkansas. Here is audio of him allegedly, and I say allegedly because the picture looks like he touched home plate, but the umpire called him out.
Pitch home. Witt swings, sends it high in the air and deep to left field. Martinez turning and looking. It is gone! A 2-homer game for Bobby Witt Jr. He sends the first pitch out of the ballpark, and it's 6-3 Naturals. My goodness, this kid is legit. And hang on a second, what just happened? I was looking down at my scorebook, and it looked like they just called Nick Prado out. I missed it. And Thorman, the manager, is furious for the Naturals.
It didn't look like that he missed home plate based on the picture. Did you see the picture that I saw?
Yeah, I saw the tweet come across, and at first glance, I was just like, how did they make that call? Because the way the angle looked when he hit, well, what I thought he hit home plate, I mean, the way the angle looked, it looked like he did.
Mm-hmm.
But then you start looking back at him, it's like, oh, well, maybe because you saw a little bit of the dirt come up from it. And then if you really pay attention, you saw several people replied to this tweet that was on the Northwest Arkansas Naturals Twitter account. You saw that would be his left foot drag right at about the very end, like he almost knew that he missed the bag. So, how do you miss home plate?
I don't know.
He wasn't even showboating or anything. Like he wasn't he was just jogging.
That begs the question: what's worse, not touching home plate after a home run, or because he was given a triple and then given an out, or is it dropping the ball before you reach an end zone? So here's my take on this question this morning. You can hop in 877-377-6963. I hate the football sequence more because it's cost me points and I believe a win in fantasy football. I don't play fantasy baseball. I know some of you do, but when I see a player who has a clear shot at the end zone, or if he's diving for the pylon and loses the ball not out of bounds through the back of the end zone, and it's a touchback given to the other team, that frustrates the dog out of me. That is why I get more irritated when I see that sequence over the home run. But I know we have some diehard baseball fans listening to the program, and you're sitting in your car this morning, or you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or however you may be listening and consuming the Morning Rush this morning. You're saying, Ty, the baseball is way worse. I hate that. First off, both of them drive me nuts because they shouldn't happen. You've done everything that you're supposed to that specific point. Mm-hmm. Why would you ruin just to showboat a little bit? And like you said, it didn't look like Witt was showboating.
Not at all.
In this case, Witt Jr., it just looked like he either missed or he made it and it was the wrong call. So I'm not going to lambaste him this morning because I think there's a difference between making a mistake when you're bragging about something you did rather than just you doing that straight up. That's how I feel about it, because when you see someone toss the ball before they reach the end zone, it's oftentimes because they're trying to celebrate, they're trying to get ready, and they're excited. That's the difference. So
you're going baseball's worse than...
No, I'm saying football's
You're saying
worse
football's
because
worse.
it's directly affected my fantasy football team.
Okay.
Which way are you going?
I'd go football because, I agree with everything you said, but football just seems worse because every time we've ever seen the football play happen like that, you drop the ball in the end zone, they're always celebrating. They're always showboating and trying to get the helmet off so they can get their pictures taken for social media.
Yep.
So I could see both of them. I've never personally seen it affect me personally like that with a fantasy football team or anything like that. My players on fantasy football always get arrested for drugs and all this other stuff, so nothing I can do about that. Oh man, probably that home run's pretty bad though.
They're both
bad.
They're both atrocious, and they should be reprimanded by their coaches, by their managers if they do that. Because why would you you just work so hard to achieve what the goal is in both sports, a home run in baseball and a touchdown in football, and you're giving that up just for a second or two more of showboating and gloating. That doesn't make any sense to me. Well, it does, but you shouldn't be doing it. That's where I stand on that. Coming up at 7 o'clock, we're going to touch on the fact that Arkansas is the number one team right now in Vegas, according to DraftKings, on the College World Series odds. That, to me, is interesting because it's by a wide margin. Plus 180. Vanderbilt's the next one at plus 450. So Vegas has a high opinion of your Arkansas Razorback baseball team. Will they live up to the expectation? We'll have to wait and see. That's something we'll come back to at 7 o'clock and touch on later in the program. We're going to be live at Walk-On's Fort Smith this weekend. Arkansas game day, Hog Reaction. So the schedule is as follows. Ruskin and Zach will be doing their normal show from 2 to 4:30 here on ESPN Arkansas, and then ESPN 99.5, it'll be 2 to 5 on Friday. Then we'll have Hog Reaction for you live at Walk-Ons following the game, and then pre and post on Saturday. The game, is it at 1 or 2?
2.
Okay, it's at 2. So we'll have pregame coverage beginning at 1 o'clock here for Arkansas game day, and then Hog Reaction will follow up that broadcast. And then Sunday, if necessary, will be the same thing again. Walk-Ons Fort Smith, 4306 Phoenix Avenue. TVs everywhere. Food is fantastic. Good drinks. Stop on by and see us. We're going to be out there this weekend. If you are attending the game this weekend or you have tickets, this has been a story, a conversation that a lot of Arkansas fans have had as of late. What is the right thing to do with your tickets if you can't go to the game? Should you sell them for whatever amount of money you can make? Should you give them to your friend for face value? Should you give them to a student for face value? What is the right thing to do? And I've seen a variety of different opinions on this. I've seen people say, well, it's this, Ty. I've seen people say, well, it's this, Ty. And we'll get into this. If you have an opinion on this, if you have tickets and you can't go to a game or games this weekend, hop in here, 877-377-6963. What have you done to this point, or what are you going to do? We'll touch on this conversation coming up. Jenkins, I'm going to let you have first bat at this.
Ooh, okay.
What is the right thing to do in this situation if you have tickets but you can't go to the games this weekend?
I could see both sides of it, selling them to the students and try to give the students possibly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with it, maybe going to the super regional and different things like that. But to me, Ty, I hate it. Like, I understand, like, these tickets are worth a lot of money, and you can make a lot of money off of these tickets, but it's not ethical.
So explain that.
Ethical. It's what would you do? Like, if you were buying tickets, you would want them at a fair face value. So what if you turn around and then you sell them for a higher price? That's not the ethical thing to do. Do the right thing. We were taught this stuff when we were in first, second, third grade. Doing the right thing for other people. So
why is it an ethical thing for if you got the tickets or you're a season ticket holder and you can't call, you paid a lucrative amount of money for them all season long, and you're trying to make?
See, that comes into the person, because you could sell them for face value, let a family that can't afford the season ticket normally or afford a ticket in general go, or you could sell them and try to make some of your like you just said, your money back from how much season tickets cost. They're expensive. So, there's that fine line of, like, what do you do? I don't know what the right answer is. What I would do, I would sell them for face value. That's just me.
So you would sell them for face value, even though if you go online right now and you see the GA tickets, you see the chairback tickets, you see other seats are worth tons and tons of money because that's where they're priced at. And let's say you were offered $100 more per ticket. You're telling me you can look me. You always say, look me in the eye and tell me
look
this.
Right here and no,
because that's something. It's easy to.
Yeah.
So now you're saying you don't know.
I mean,
and now you're. That's what I'm telling people.
Well, what would you do?
People think this answer is easier than so, and
it's
that's
not
because they've been in that situation. That's what I'm asking this morning.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of texts that have on this, and if you want to hop in here again, call or text 877-377-6963. NCA Hog from Yellville said that most of these scalpers have never been to Sunday school. $125 to $200 for a hog pen ticket is hog on hog crime. Now, I'll give you an example of what I did this past weekend. I got this receipt from the University of Arkansas, and because I thought I was going to be able to go to the games, I wasn't able to because of work.
Okay.
And so I got GA tickets for the regional this past weekend, and I got tickets for all the games this past weekend. Okay. I'm just being upfront about this. And I saw a receipt for $150 and $60 in my account. And so I assumed it was for both, some transfer fee or whatever. And so it was $210 total. So my thought was, I just want to make a little money, not a lot. So I'm going to try and sell this package for $250 the whole weekend. Okay. So $40 more. That's it. And then I noticed that the thing for $60 was not it was for Texas A&M tickets that I got from a buddy earlier this year. And so I was like, oh, okay, so I'll drop that down. I just want to make just some money. It wasn't a lot. And I was like, hey, just pay me a little more than this. And I had a Morning Rush listener that paid me $210 for $150 tickets. So I made $60. Okay. That's it. I don't think that's bad. I don't think that's gouging or anything. And I said, hey, man, I messed up. I thought I was getting charged for this and charged for that. You can just give me, I think I said like $160, so $10. I just wanted like food for the night or something. Right. Originally what I paid. He's like, nah, man, I'll just pay you $210. I was like, all right, if you're going to pay me that, I'm not going to hold anything or disagree with you on there. So that's what I did. That's the upfront, honest conversation that I had with the Morning Rush listener, and he was more than okay because he was seeing the tickets online and they were going up every single day. So I could have made more money. I had several Morning Rush listeners that reached out and were willing to pay more than that, but I have a personal connection with this guy, so I went ahead and did that. Now, we got a comment here on our Twitter live stream that this is from Hog Scroll. He says, price gougers deserve to be jumped. That's pretty funny. So this is a conversation that I think a lot of people have an opinion on. If you're a businessman or businesswoman, you just see the tickets as a way to make money. You've invested in it as a season ticket holder or a member of the Razorback Foundation, and something came up. Your kid has a birthday party, or someone has something this weekend, an anniversary, whatever it may be, and you can't go to the games. You've spent this extra ample money on tickets. Now, I'm not saying this is my perspective. This is my view. I just know some people hold this belief. No one says, it doesn't say on the ticket, it's not illegal in Arkansas to overcharge for a face value ticket. Now, you brought up the term ethical. Ethical, I think, is an interesting term to use there because I don't necessarily think it's unethical to do that. I just don't. I think it's frowned upon. Yeah. I don't know if I can get with the term unethical to say you're selling your tickets for more. I don't think. If you're think about the student that has been dying, that's a junior, senior, freshman, sophomore at the U of A that is waited for sports success, and he's getting a chance. He wants to get a chance, or she wants to get a chance to go to the regional or super regional, and he or she can't afford a $125 ticket, but they can afford a $40 one, or whatever it's. I think it's $40 what it's priced at the super regional. We've got a bunch of text in on this. We'll get back to this coming up at 7:45. What is the right thing to do if you have tickets for this weekend and you can't go? We'll touch on that again. Hey, this morning we are brought to you by The Fence Man. When it comes to new gates or fence repairs at your home, The Fence Man should be your first call. Large commercial jobs, small residential repairs, wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link or custom rod iron fencing. Sean and his team at 479-782-3936 are the ones to call. 782-3936 for Sean and the Fence Man. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work. Arkansas has the best odds in DraftKings right now to win the College World Series. Why do they do it? Why are they stopped? We'll touch on that next.
Any of the Clay Maxey companies, it's just an easy, customer-centered experience. We wanted to make it a one-stop shop, so we added Kawasaki and Can-Am and Hustler and Worldline. It's really been a nice add for us. We provide full service. We're doing pickup and delivery. We were able to add the Vexus line, which is a premier bass boat line. We want to make it easy. We want you to visit us at any of the Clay Maxey companies, Clay Maxey Ford and Harrison, Berryville, Motorsports, Marine, or Clay Maxey NWA.
Summertime in Arkansas means pond and creek fishing, and nothing catches bass and bluegill in a pond like a Rebel crickhopper. You can twitch it, pop it, walk it, and swim it. It's the ultralight fishing lure that looks and acts like a real grasshopper. The crickhopper works great in tandem with light spinning rods and reels with 4 or 6 pound fishing line. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle shops everywhere. The Rebel crickhopper.
Hi, I'm Bill Bolton of NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins. I started in this business in 1972 at an auction house that specialized in antique and estate jewelry, sterling silver, and coins. In that time, I've seen gold go from $35 an ounce to today's price of $1,683. I want to talk to you about the coins you may have inherited and how important it is to deal with someone who understands coins and this market. In 2011, we had a mother and daughter come into our store and sell us a lot of jewelry they no longer wore for $3,300. The daughter then pulled out an 1850 California $10 gold piece. Jeremy offered her $900 and she accepted his offer. He then advised her to have this coin graded. She did, and she sold it for $36,000. If you don't know what you have, please come see Jeremy in our Bentonville store. Don't sell at an auction or an estate sale and get less money. What's in your safety deposit box could be worth thousands. NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins, Bentonville, Fayetteville.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC wants to buy your vehicle, and they'll pay top dollar today. Pre-owned car values are at an all-time high, and your car is worth more today than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Buick GMC, and they will pay you more for your trade. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they will still buy yours. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Ramos Roofing is a local roofing company and have over 25 years of experience in the Oklahoma area. Are you looking for a residential or commercial roofing need? Ramos Roofing is the business you can trust, offering discounts for senior citizens, law enforcement, and healthcare workers. Ramos Roofing can help you with your insurance claim. Ramos Roofing, working with you to build a better home. Call 479-420-9903. That's 479-420-9903 for Ramos Roofing.
Fitness will always be about keeping a routine. And the best routines in life will always make time for enjoying yourself. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told you.
Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Have you been looking for your next place to call home and just haven't found the right one? Then it's time to check out the properties at Trinity Multifamily. With a variety of apartments, duplexes, townhomes, and houses, there is surely one to fit your needs. Whether it's in the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas, or Central Arkansas that you are looking at, they have you covered. Give them a call today. Trinity Multifamily, 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
When you want beer, you go to a bar. When you want top shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars, in an atmosphere benefiting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites, dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
Shed bright LED lights on your project with a 4-foot strip light from Metters Lumber True Value for only $29.99. This 2-lamp light with circular lens has the look of a fluorescent fixture with the efficiency of LED technology. It features 4,200 lumens and a 50,000 hour life. For your convenience, it can be surface, toggle, or chain mounted. Check out this bargain of the month while supplies last at Metters Lumber True Value.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Additional rain and thunderstorms with us today. That could aggravate our flooding concerns, especially across the south, where you could see some rainfall rates that could be 2 to 3 inches per hour. Occasional showers and thunderstorms for today. Our high this afternoon, upper 80s. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms start to dissipate. Overnight lows near 70. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Join us at Walk-Ons Fort Smith for every Omaha's game in the regional and super regionals. 4306 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. You're listening to The Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by the Bobby Garland Baby Shed. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place.
I hope that people can see, I guess, my career and my journey and not have to think that they have to be some hotshot or superstar, and they can just achieve just what they want just by kind of working through things. And I think a harder journey is better for you as a person.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Hi, guys. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy? What's wrong?
Lloyd! The Morning Rush starts right now.
Tom Murphy's going to join us at 7:20 in this hour, Recruiting Thursday, so Richard Davenport will join us at 8. The last conversation we had in hour number 1, what is the right thing to do with tickets for this weekend if he can't go to the game? And really opened up a lot of opinions on our call line, on our text line this morning. SmackDown, you've highlighted something if you want to go and read that for us as we get going in hour number 2.
Just thought it was funny. Paul Bockham, I hope I'm saying your last name right, Paul, on our Facebook page, said he would never sell his tickets no matter what, not even for his parents' funeral. That's saying, my
all right,
God.
Paul.
All right.
Big time Razorback baseball fan, I guess.
Obviously.
So we'll come back to this conversation. I think Lonnie actually wants to touch on that in Green Forest coming up, and we'll do more of this in hour number 2 this hour. We'll also talk about the College World Series odds by DraftKings. You're the number 1 projected team right now in these Vegas odds. Vegas really likes you. Also, we'll have some fun talk with Tom about this weekend. Hey, the road to Omaha is brought to you by Steve Feinberg and Associates, commercial real estate specialist serving Northwest Arkansas. Go to arkrealestate.com. Stop by the Grease Pig for all your vehicle's oil changes, service, and repairs on North College and MLK in Fayetteville. And then Construction Masters Roofing. Ready for all your roofing needs. Give them a call, 479-648-8888. Lonnie, you've got an opinion on this ticket situation. Go ahead.
I do. I was listening to you guys, and you guys are really nice guys and generous guys. That's my first thought. And my second thought is, how many tickets do you have available? And seriously, I think this is just a reflection of the value of the Razorbacks baseball program. And I bought regional tickets here last weekend, and we paid a premium price for them, and I don't have a problem. I mean, I think it's whatever the market will bear. That's kind of how our system is set up anyway. But I mean, our program has huge value. And like I heard, or I read rather, where like the Notre Dame regional tickets, they were selling them for like $10 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just whatever the market can bear as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, that's my opinion.
Lonnie, can I ask you what you paid for the regional tickets this past week?
Yeah, we got some that were right on the mezzanine. You're looking down from third base to home plate, and at the top there, right on the mezzanine, which was real comfortable, and I paid $120.
Okay, that's not awful. So I saw some Hogbin pick tickets that were going for about those prices. Lonnie, we appreciate your call. We appreciate your opinion this morning, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys.
So I'm appreciative of being in a free market economy. I think that's whatever your tickets, you as a person, as an individual, you're worth someone's willing to pay you. But I also get the other side of this equation where whether it's a student or a family of less fortunate that can't necessarily afford these extremely high prices, I get giving it to them for face value or whatever you think is reasonable. So I get both sides. I don't know if there's an exact right answer. Tide has to be this, Tide has to be that. We'll touch on this more, though, coming up. But I do want to talk about these baseball odds this morning. DraftKings has you projected right now, as the regionals have concluded and the super regionals begin this weekend, Arkansas is plus 180 to win the College World Series coming out of Vegas. I like that. I like that in the sense that Vegas has a lot of respect for you. I know you can flip it and say, well, Ty, there's more pressure, there's more expectation on this team. I don't know if you can put any more expectations on this team. This team has won every SEC series, won the SEC regular season, won the tournament, and now find themselves heading into a super regional against a pretty hot team against North Carolina State. Now, we'll talk with Tom more coming up, kind of what North Carolina State presents, the problems that Arkansas may have this weekend, trying to get out of this super regional and off to the Emerald City in Omaha, Nebraska. But one of the advantages you do have, if we're looking at pros and cons on why Arkansas could live up to the expectation of making the College World Series, is the fact that you're playing in the best ballpark in the country. Now, I tell you, I'm hesitant to say that Arkansas baseball is the best program in the country. Not this year, no question about it, but I'm talking about over time. You can't say that without a national championship. Now, you get a national championship, you have a point to argue. You have a leg to stand on. But this team this year is the best in the country. This ballpark is the best in the country. Razorback fans are the best in the country when it comes to Arkansas baseball. Same could be potentially said about basketball. Football's close. I don't know if I could put that at the very top, but it's close. My brother spent $400 on 4 tickets this weekend, 2 for each. So about $200 for the game 1, $200 for game 2. Didn't buy game 3, doesn't think that he'll need them. That's the type of, we're talking about ticket price and value. That's the type of pricing that people are paying to see this team potentially make it to Omaha. Heck, you had fans lining up on Monday night. We got a chance to talk with Rick Baywick earlier this week, a buddy of Clay Henry's, and they've been there. And they were there this past week as well, because that's the type of fandom you have. So North Carolina State not only has to get past Dave Van Horn, not only has to get past Kevin Kopps, Patrick Wicklander, Robert Moore, Christian Franklin, Jalen Battles and company, they also have to go through you, the fans, inside of the most intimidating environment in all of college baseball, that being Baum Walker Stadium. Nebraska has, if I remember correctly, Big Ten hasn't had fans this year. So that being said, I got to look back. I want to make sure I double check on that. I think Clay said that earlier this week. They got to go through you. Mojo Hagee did not have fun in left field. I don't know who North Carolina State's left fielder is, but I would assume that he's not in for a fun ride this weekend, or any outfielder for that matter. Now, if you want to flip it on the other side of why you could potentially not make it out, there are some hitting concerns that you have with this baseball team right now. North Carolina State has come in pelting the ball. They were smoking it in the Ruston Regional against Crimson Tide, Louisiana Tech. So Arkansas, not only is the pitching's got to stand up, but you got to go toe for toe with them when it comes to hitting the baseball. You can't have the lapses that you've had. Brady Slavens has got to stop swinging for the fence and just make contact. Same with Christian Franklin. These strikeouts have to cease. Put the ball in play, something good happens. They haven't been necessarily doing that 100%. Not to what you're used to. Not to their own expectation. They have high expectations for themselves. I would assume that Brady's pretty ticked off the way he's been playing because that's the way Brady Slavens is and every other player on this baseball team. They have expectations for themselves. Hitting has to pick up in this super regional if Arkansas is going to move on and achieve the highest rated Vegas odds to win the College World Series. Hey, we're brought to you this morning by NWA Gold and Silver in Bentonville, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith. The largest selection of fine jewelry, over $3 million worth of inventory. There are diamond engagement rings, diamond earrings, necklaces, pendants, and so much more. This is at NWA Gold and Silver, 1130 North Walden in Bentonville, Nelson's Crossing by Jason Della in Fayetteville, and Rogers Avenue west of Central Mall in Fort Smith. That's NWA Gold and Silver in Bentonville, Fayetteville, and in Fort Smith. Coming up in the program, Tom Murphy, the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, Whole Hog Sports, is going to join us this morning. We'll talk with him just kind of what North Carolina State is bringing to the table this weekend. Kevin Kopps is a finalist for another award that we got to get into with some headlines. And then this college football playoff expansion, why that's going to help Arkansas, in my opinion, moving forward. All that's coming up on the Morning Rush.
The Road to Omaha is presented by the Grease Pig Lube and Tune with 2 locations in Fayetteville. Constructions Masters Roofing, ready for your roofing needs and more. Call 479-648-8888. And by Steve Feinberg and Associates, commercial real estate specialists serving Northwest Arkansas. Go to arkrealestate.com.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, simply go to scholarships.adhe.edu and fill out the information. And just like that, you're applied. The deadline's coming up, so don't forget. Apply now at scholarships.adhe.edu.
Tommy Kraft here for The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building your next fence. The Fence Man recently built new gates for my existing fence. The whole process was easy, quick, and most importantly, affordable. Plus, 18 months same as cash financing with approved credit is now available with The Fence Man. If you need a new fence, gate, or anything that involves a fence, call The Fence Man, 479-782-3936. That's 782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. Hey, Tommy here. I want to take a minute to tell you about our friends at R-Track, I-40 at exit 58 in Clarksville. They've been around 17 years doing things right, providing great value to their customers with compact tractors and outdoor equipment to the Arkansas River Valley. See the full line of LS brand tractors with 22 to over 100 horsepower models available. Nearly all feature a front-end loader for maximum utility. It's all at R-Track, exit 58 off I-40 in Clarksville. That is R-Track in Clarksville.
Whoo! Hi, folks. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. I need a vacation. I bet you do too. But I can't take a break until I take in 57 trades. So this month, I'll pay you up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value when you trade for the Rath Road Ready vehicle of your choice. And we've got a great selection. Each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. So send your old ride packing and get up to $4,000 more than it's worth when you hit the road in a nicer, newer car. Trip delayed by past credit mishaps? Don't worry. We've mapped out the road to more approvals, and you could get up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value for your trade. Keeping the car you have? Get it ready for summer in our Meineke Car Care Center with free AC checks, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends by June 30th, 2021.
One of the most common questions we get at Mosquito
Mosquito Joe is how can you possibly get rid of mosquitoes? At Mosquito Joe, it's our mission to keep your yard mosquito-free. It's all we do. With the right products and the right training, you'd be amazed at the difference Mosquito Joe can make. Give us a call, and we'd be glad to answer all your questions and tell you more. Get your first service for just $39. Call 479-202-9960. It's 202-9960. Or visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Call Kohler and Green Insurance today in Fort Smith at 484-9888 and Kohler and Green Insurance in Van Buren at 474-9888.
Doe's Eat Place, serving award-winning steaks, has now added lobster tail and salmon to the menu. You can also enjoy delicious appetizers along with your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Doe's Eat Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Call 784-9111. That's 784-9111. Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Was your roof damaged by recent storms? Don't fall victim to out-of-town contractors and fly-by-night repairmen. Trust the local roofing professionals at Able Roofing. Call their local number, 474-0006, for a free roof inspection. Never trust something as important as the roofing system on your home to a storm chaser. Able Roofing, 474-0006, will work with your insurance company. Call now for your free roof inspection, 474-0006. Able Roofing, the hometown roofers.
The Golf Nut has been Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994. Take advantage now of Vice golf balls. Buy more, save more sale. Buy 5 or more dozen and pay only $28.99 per dozen. The Golf Nut has a great selection of shoes in stock, including the Nike Air Jordan AP G3s and the new Jordan Speed 5 Spikeless from Under Armour. Spend some time on the TrackMan and Foresight simulation bays. Just call for an appointment. As always, check Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop since 1994.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Crabb.
And the pitch is hit high in the air, twisting into right center, hit very well, got a chance, and it's out of here. And Christian Franklin has homered for his 3rd consecutive game.
Join us at Walk-On's Fort Smith for every Omaha's game in the regional and super regionals. 4306 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
Tom Murphy coming up in about 5 minutes. Going to get into some headlines as well. And we'll also take Thomas and Strawberry's call. But first, I want to tell you about our friends at Riley Farm Dental. 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite number A on Highway 71 in Riley Farms. Dr. Sparkman and Dr. Brogan serve to give patients better lives and have comfortable experience by offering a number of different procedures, including braces, implants, and cosmetics. They've been voted the top 3 best of the best every year since 2007. And the second you walk in, you're going to be a part of the Riley Farm Dental family. See more online at RileyFarmDental.com. That's RileyFarmDental.com, or give them a call at 479-226-3500. That's 226-3500. Thomas, you want to talk a little Arkansas baseball this morning, man? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was listening to you talk about them playing NC State and how they's having problems against Nebraska hitting, and really in that whole tournament in the regional, it seemed like they just weren't themselves. Hitting wise. I know New Jersey in the New Jersey game, it took them a while to get going, and they had that 7-inning, that they scored, but to me it just seemed like through that whole tournament, they might have added, like you said, a little more pressure on themselves than what they had through the whole season. And I just felt like even in the SEC tournament, if they won it, great. If they didn't, great. They went out there and they played loose, and they played their type of ball, and they played well, well enough that they won it. But whenever they got to the regionals, it seemed like everybody had that pressure, and I think that Nebraska game on Monday with Charlie Welch, Old Pitts, and Robert Moore hitting those home runs, I think that has loosened them up, and I think we're going to see a different ball team against this North Carolina State team. I think they're going to be the team that we've seen through the regular season whenever it comes to hitting, because I think that finally loosened them up a little bit and realized, hey, we can do this. We ain't got to put so much more pressure on us. We can do this.
Thomas, the point you just brought up is an excellent one, because you wonder, based on the game you're talking about on Monday night, does the pressure amp up now because they're in the Supers, or does it completely dim down? Based on what you're assuming, which I would tend to agree a little more with you. Now, it's going to ramp right back up when they get to Omaha, but because they're playing in Baum-Walker Stadium this weekend, and if they win Game 1, I would be shocked if they lost the series. But I think, like you're saying, and we appreciate the call this morning, buddy, a weight has been lifted off their shoulders to a certain extent. Do you feel that? Do you feel when Welch hit that bomb? Because once he hit that 3-run shot, the game was over. They're not losing that game. And you felt not only the excitement inside of Baum-Walker Stadium, but a sense of relief, a sigh of relief. It's like, we're not going to be this team. And I don't know, Christian Franklin had just scored on the previous play, but once Welch hit that moonshot, it was done. It was over. So I agree with Thomas. If you disagree, you can hop in here coming up after we welcome in Tom Murphy to the Morning Rush. Tom, we really appreciate you joining us as always. North Carolina State, hot team right now. Now, they started a little bit slow this season, but their bats were alive and well in Ruston, Louisiana for their regional. What kind of hitting do they possess heading in to the Fayetteville Super Regional, and what should Arkansas fans be looking for out of the Wolfpack this weekend?
Yeah, strong hitting team is playing with a lot of confidence right now. I mean, they went down there and smoked Louisiana Tech twice. And I know that the weather's different and all that kind of stuff, but Jarrett Wharf guy, who got the benefit of a very large strike zone against the Razorbacks, that was a shutdown game. So, I think the middle of the Arkansas order has got to get it going, because that was too close for comfort in the series the regional against Nebraska. So their pitching is not super strong, so perhaps this is a chance for the Razorbacks to win some games where there's some runs on the board. I don't think you would want to pitch Kevin Kopps 185 pitches in this series, but we'll just see how it goes.
Tom, I don't know if you heard our previous caller, but he was reflecting on the idea of he felt this team is going to have far less pressure this weekend after Charlie Welch hit that 3-run shot. Do you feel that and I know it's super regional, I know that you're one step closer to Omaha, but I kind of agree with him. I think this team has less pressure this weekend than they did in the regional. Do you agree or disagree with that statement?
Yeah, I just don't know how you measure pressure. That was a pressure relief because they just had struggled to score runs. And I think North Carolina State's closer is a left-hander, but otherwise, any starters they have or middle relief guys who they might try to throw at the Razorbacks who are left-handers don't have super great ERAs. So I guess pressure is, who's the next day's starter, that kind of thing. They've got to get longer outings out of Patrick Wicklander, Bolden, and Lyle Lockhart, whoever starts, Jackson Wiggins. They've got to go longer, or I just don't think it's the right formula to go win the College World Series. Even though you would play every other day in most circumstances in Omaha till you get to the final. I just don't know if you can ride Kevin Kopps to that great extent. But I do think that they're going to hit the ball better. And like I said, Brady Slavin's coming off the injury. You can understand he faces a tough lefty and has some strikeouts. But Christian Franklin, who it's like what happened, all of a sudden he's striking out a lot. He's taking a lot of strike threes.
Yeah.
But you do have to give him credit because it was his at-bat that triggered the whole deal in the 8th inning when he was fighting behind. I think he was behind 1-2 and fouled off a bunch of pitches, fouled that one off with his foot, and eventually worked the walk, and then all the magic happened.
Tom
So I just don't know how you measure the pressure, but the middle of their order still has to produce better.
Tom Murphy with us here on the Morning Rush. Tom, I don't know if you saw the updated College World Series odds, but Arkansas is clearly ahead of everyone else at plus 180. When you see the odds, when you see the respect that Vegas has for Arkansas, does that change your opinion at all on what this team could be this upcoming postseason or this postseason?
No, because they've won every series. It's just so happened that they had a super nail-biter against Nebraska, a scrappy team, and they threw two left-handers. I mean, they threw Cade Povich on 2 days rest, and he got them some big outs.
Yeah.
He got them through 4 innings before the Casey Opitz home run. And any team is going to try to stack their left-handers up against Arkansas just because of the success they've had against the Razorbacks. But no, it doesn't change my opinion. They're the odds-on favorite because they've won every series this year, because they have Kevin Kopps, because they have hit 102 home runs. So all those factors are still at play. You just don't want so many guys who aren't hitting the ball well right now. And I guess they're just going to have to bring Charlie Welch off the bench. I mean, they started him a couple of games. I think he had a couple of hits, but it didn't seem to have the same kind of impact and weight.
What is he, like 8 for 12 on the season pitch hitting, Tom? It's an insane stat.
It's crazy, and I think it's 5 hits in a row with that home run the other day. So we've never seen anything like that, right? A guy who just almost every time delivers as a pinch hitter.
Tom, we're going to have Rick Kopps, Kevin's dad, on tomorrow. Kevin's name being mentioned in an award once again as the Stopper of the Year finalist, given to the best relief pitcher in all of college baseball. Is this pretty much set in stone that he's going to be the announced winner on June 18th?
Well, I would call him the favorite in the clubhouse. You put an ERA together like he has, and you put a WHIP together. His WHIP is .073, and that just means you're limiting everybody. I mean, it's hard to mount any kind of offense against them. I mean, the Texas Tech game to start the year, his first appearance before he became this Kevin Kopps, he didn't have a very good appearance. I think his ERA was 9, one run in 1 inning, and then he had a rough outing against Ole Miss. That's it. Otherwise, it's just a run here or there. It's 6 runs, y'all. It's crazy the season he's had and this pitch that he's got, and just what a good kid. I mean, when you hear Dave Van Horn talk about him, it's a good guy, a guy who works hard, a guy who cares about people. And he told us, Dave told a funny one the other day that in comparison to Charlie Boyce, that when he started walking up to Boyce, he'd be like, no, you're not taking me out of the game. And DVH said, Kevin's like that, but he's too polite. He won't say that. He'll like, no, I'm still good.
I'm fine.
It's funny.
Yeah. Tom Murphy here with us on the Morning Rush. Tom, a couple of breaking news tidbits from Kendall Rogers. Jim Schlossnagle's heading from TCU to A&M, and then also Pat Casey is being reportedly considered for the LSU job. A couple of big news, one that's already happened and one that's potential happening for SEC baseball.
Well, yeah, the Schlossnagle was, not. I guess it was somewhat expected. He's done great work with the Horned Frogs, and still got a lot of mileage in him. So that's understandable. But Pat Casey, I mean, I don't know. Paul Maneri, health issues, and his neck hurts and all that, and I get it. But I don't know if you want to replace him with a short termer. That one would puzzle me a little bit. Yeah. But the dude's definitely got huge background, and obviously knows how to win championships because he sure won. Is it 3? He won with the Beavers.
Yeah, he's got the pedigree. Tom, there was a Northwest Arkansas Naturals player, Bobby Witt Jr., that was called out after he hit a home run for allegedly not stepping on home plate. Now, I saw a picture that looked like he stepped on home plate, But we were having some fun earlier this morning. What's worse, Tom? Dropping the ball before you get to an end zone or hitting a home run bomb and not touching home plate?
I think it's the football play because that's 6 points, man, that you just coughed up because you dropped the ball. And, boy, it's happened a few times. I watched that Bobby Witt Jr. video probably about 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the angle, you can't be 100% positive, but it looked to me like his left foot just touched right on that play.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, and then I saw all these replies to a video about it, about, no, it's a bad view. You see the catcher sees that he misses it, but I'm pretty sure he put his left foot on that plate. And I don't know if there's an angle that definitively captures that he did.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. Treylon Burks, Tom, earlier this week, he's Pro Football Focus's third best NFL projected wide receiver. Their mock draft came out recently. He's all the way at number 12 in the first round. Tom, what does Treylon Burks have to do this season to solidify that he's going to be a first-round pick this upcoming NFL draft in 2022?
Well, I can't tell you what makes him a solidified pick, but if he just plays like he did last year, there'll be plenty of people flocking to want to draft him to their teams. He's got all the stuff. He's got great hands. I mean, he makes circus catches with one hand. He's a big guy, and I think he's trying to trim down and get just a little bit faster. And so just the tricks of the trade, how to run the routes a little bit better, and just love playing football, because that's the one thing you've heard about him is he likes playing football, and there's other people who really love playing football. And but I tell you what, I think Treylon Burks is one of the best kids that have come through this program in many, many years. Really fun to cover, team player, all those things, and They need to get some complimentary guys step up, like Trey Knox and some others around him.
Yeah.
For Treylon to, not draw the bracket coverage or safety over the top a lot this year. But I think he's going to have another fantastic season.
It seems like he likes playing football and loves to hunt and fish is the vibe that I'm kind of picking up, which is kind of like, that's awesome to me, because like you got an Arkansas kid who loves to hunt and fish. Like he's one of us basically, and it's about as city slicker as it gets. Tom, before we let you go, this is something that we've had a variety of opinions, takes, text on this morning. There are some Arkansas fans that have super regional tickets that can't attend the game this weekend for whatever reason. In Tom Murphy's opinion, should they sell those tickets for face value? Should they sell them to students for less? Or should they try and make as much money off them as possible? Because there have been a variety of opinions on this subject this morning.
Wow. Do you know these people, Ty?
I'm just seeing it on StubHub, and people mad and people frustrated because they want to go to the game, but they don't want to pay $200 a ticket, which I get.
Right, and I've seen some of these jacked up ticket prices, and it's crazy. I don't know, man. It's a free country. So I think they should be able to do with those tickets what they choose. They belong to them.
All right. We'll leave it there. Tom Murphy, good stuff this weekend. We'll talk on Monday, recap this super regional, buddy, and until then, enjoy the atmosphere in Baum-Walker Stadium this weekend.
Yeah, maybe we'll be talking Monday about a CWS-bound outfit. It'll be fun.
And I hope I get to go, because that means I get to expense stuff this weekend or next weekend. Appreciate it, Tom.
Yeah, take care. See you.
All right, so we'll stay right there. What is the thing that Arkansas Razorback fans who have tickets for this weekend but can't go can do? That's the most polarizing topic that we've had this morning. We've had the most response. We've had the most feedback. What should you do if you have tickets but can't go this weekend? We'll come to that in just a sec. Before we do, I want to tell you about our friends at Burton Pools and Spas. The summer season is finally kicking off, and Burton Pools and Spas is your go-to, folks, for all your pool needs. Hot tubs, in-ground, above-ground, semi-in-ground pools, they have it all. Everything you need to turn your backyard into your paradise this year. They also have two locations, 6121 Zero Street in Fort Smith or 725 South 48 off I-49 in Springdale. BurtonPools.com, Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard yard fun. Let's read some of these texts. So some think that you should sell them at face value. Some think that you should sell them to students. Some think that, hey, free country, free market, capitalism, sell them for whatever you can make. Here's from Andy in Mountain Home. He says you also have to factor in the large donations that season ticket holders have to pay for the tickets. So it's not just the face value price that you're seeing on the ticket that a lot of these season ticket holders have. They're also having to factor in the other money that they've spent, the donations, and all that is accompanied with becoming a season ticket holder. Sam in Fayetteville texted in. He says that he would give these tickets to a less fortunate family so they would have an opportunity to go. Listen, in my opinion, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer because I think people in this country, they're allowed to do what they want to do because, again, we're lucky enough in the United States of America to live in a free country. Now, I don't necessarily say that you can't frown upon certain things. If you have a GA Hod ticket and you try and sell it for $300, like I can shake my head at you, but I can't say that's illegal. You shouldn't be able to do that. I can't believe that you're doing that because, again, it's a free country. And we got a text in, Spud and Fayetteville, saying that exact same thing. If others want to give away or sell them for face value or more, then good. It's a free country. And again, that's what Spud and Fordville texted in this morning, and that's what a lot of people have also said. It's kind of back and forth. This is a really 50-50 conversation. I've seen both sides of it. Let's see what Brad in Cotter thinks about ticket prices. Brad, what do you think about someone who has tickets for this weekend but can't go? What should they do?
Well, one thing, too, that you got to think about is you got to create value for your season ticket holders. So if they have a right to sell those at a higher price, then that's the value created for being a season ticket holder.
Okay. So let's say Jim, your neighbor in Cotter, he's not a millionaire. He's not making $100K a year, and he is a diehard Razorback fan, listens to him every single game. And you're Jim's friend, and you're kind of coming to a decision. Do I sell him to someone on StubHub that I can make more and more money, or do I know that this guy would live and breathe and die in Baum-Walker Stadium? What is the moral dilemma there, Brad?
I think there's a difference in what you do to people you know and people friends than selling them online to somebody else. I mean, it's just like having any type of health insurance or dental insurance or eye insurance or any of that. There has to be a value created for paying for the insurance. And the same is true for the season ticket holders. They pay the Razorback Foundation. They pay their season tickets, the midweek games, not just the high market games. They pay the ticket price to go to all of those games.
Okay. And I think that's fair. That's one of the things I brought up. So do you, in your opinion, as we let you go here, Brad, do you think there's one singular way that people should abide by, or do you think that it's, hey, it really doesn't matter, there should be multiple ways you can go about looking at this?
Yeah, I think multiple ways that you can look at it, depending on the situation, for sure.
Okay. Well, Brad, we appreciate your call, buddy, and enjoy the Super Regional this weekend.
Appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely. That is Brad in Cotter. Now, I know Brad's not the only one with the take on tickets. So if you want to hop in here, we're getting a bunch of texts. I'm going to hold this segment over coming up in about 6 or 7 minutes. So we're not just going to end it here because I want to keep talking about this because, again, of all the conversations, of all the topics, of all the banter we've had this morning, this has been the one that's gotten the most feedback. So we'll touch on this more coming up, and we're getting flooded with texts as well. I'm going to read some of those real quick. Rick in Fayetteville text in, bottom line, scalping is against the law in Arkansas. So someone explain that to me because I genuinely don't know because I don't really go about like looking that up. When it comes to scalping, does that mean you can't be on campus overselling tickets? How does that work? Do you know, SmackDown?
I don't, but doing a quick Google search, and this is from ArkansasOnline.com, scalping is selling a ticket to any event by any person, corporation, firm, or partnership above its face value. It is illegal under Arkansas Code number that was coming from 2015, if I'm reading that correctly. So it's illegal. Honestly, it's illegal to sell a ticket above its face value.
I don't know which law gets ignored more, that or speeding, because I can guarantee you that is just blatantly ignored. throughout not just Arkansas baseball, but Arkansas sports in general. Hey, this morning we are brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort. If you're looking for a summer trip this season, the only place to do it is at Gaston's. You're going to have an incredible time on your fishing trip. Give them a call, 870-431-5203. That's 870-431-5203. I was talking to a buddy last night playing volleyball, Mr. Steve, and Steve went, let's say, about 2 months ago, and he had the time of his life. The food, the atmosphere, the scenery. There's nothing like it than at Gaston's. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
Hey, this is Mike Golick Jr. from ESPN Radio, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This song might make you feel cool, but it perfectly describes a fool. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road and gonna ride till I can't no more, and can't nobody tell me nothing. This path will only lead you to God's wrath, because the Bible says the wicked refuse discipline and treat his words like trash. What good is a nice beat when you're headed down the wrong street? I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
Wash Punch is only $5, and the Hogzilla Specialty Pizza is only $16.99. The Hogzilla Specialty Pizza is made with pulled pork from Neumeyer's Rib Room, sausage, Canadian bacon, pepperoni, crispy bacon, and cheese, dusted with Neumeyer's Rib Rub. Single slices are just $4. Stop by Papa's Pub and Pizzeria this weekend for all the Omahags games. 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
Did you invest in real estate only to find out that real estate takes up too much of your time? If you answered yes, then it's time to make a call to the experts. With more than 30 years of combined property management experience and more than 16,000 units managed, Trinity Multifamily are the ones to call. Get your life back. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Shed bright LED lights on your project with a 4-foot strip light from Metters Lumber True Value for only $29.99. This 2-lamp light with circular lens has the look of a fluorescent fixture with the efficiency of LED technology. It features 4,200 lumens and a 50,000 hour life. For your convenience, it can be surface, toggle, or chain mounted. Check out this bargain of the month while supplies last at Metters Lumber True Value.
Farm Credit has been a trusted friend for over 100 years. They are ag financing experts. So whether you're a longtime farmer, new to farming, or buying your dream home or land in the country, their experienced staff has a plan to fit your goals, needs, and your bottom line. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com. Farm Credit is an equal opportunity lender.
This Father's Day, give
give Dad that special gift from Jelco Outdoors. Rods and reels and a large selection of tackle for the fisherman. For the dad that loves to hunt, Jelco has it all, no matter the hunting season or game. For the working man, Jelco has been taking care of Dad since 1983 with their large selection of clothing and footwear. Jelco gift cards are always a hit. This Father's Day, shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Happy Father's Day to all dads from Jelco Outdoors.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Would printing from your phone or tablet make your life easier? Are you emailing files to yourself so that you can print them from your desktop or laptop? The Xerox VersaLink and AltaLink lines of network printers and multifunction printers will natively print using your phone's built-in capabilities. Apple AirPrint and Google Cloud Printing just work. To order yours today, give us a call at 783-6600 or visit dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask Shelter agents Ted McAvoy or Jeff Clark about a free insurance review.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Off the inbound, it's stolen by Devo. 2-on-1 ahead to Note. JD with a left hand lays it in and one.
Call or text the Morning Rush at 877-377-6963.
If we lose tonight, this will be the last call you hear on this program. I'll probably be dead. Now, if I live through it, I'll call back.
Man, we woke up a can of worms with this ticket topic this morning. What should you do if you have tickets for this weekend, but you can't go? A lot of texts that we've gotten this far. If you want to call, feel free, 877-377-6963. You can always comment via Facebook, via YouTube, via Twitter, or via Twitch. We were brought to you this morning by River City Bistro. Have you ever been to brunch on the weekends? I have. It's phenomenal. It's every Saturday and Sunday, they're open at 10 a.m. with a special brunch menu. Eggs and omelets the way you like them, premium bacon, sausage, ham, waffles, eggs Benedict. They have mimosas, Bloody Marys, all your brunch favorites. River City Bistro, Bruce and Michelle Spinus want to see you every Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center. Dennis in Fayetteville texted in this morning. He says if he had tickets, he would call us and ask if we knew anyone that couldn't afford tickets and give them to them. Well, Dennis, that's very honorable. And I listen, you're a better man than I am. I'm just being honest. I at least want the value that I had to pay for the tickets to get them back. Juju texted. He says, where's the outrage in both football and basketball? He says that these are just petty adults who are whining because they can't get in this morning. I don't know if it's necessarily petty. I understand, Juju, that the side of not wanting to pay double or triple or quadruple of what the tickets are, at least the face values actually were. So I understand that. Cody texted in. He says it's like selling a car. Kelly Blue Book may have it at 4K, but if someone's willing to give you 5K, you get the money. You got it, they want it. Supply and demand. That's a topic. That's something people present. Lee texted in this morning. He's the same way. It's no different than selling a vehicle for more money. Now, this is a text from Shane. He says if he had super regional tickets and he couldn't go, he would find a military person, a police officer, or someone like that and give them the tickets and thank them for their service. Again, an honorable text this morning. Not going to get any pushback from me if you do that. Drake in Melbourne says, just because you can doesn't mean you should, in reference to selling your tickets far more than what they're actually worth. That's something that, again, is a conversation. Now, you can, again, text in here. We're getting text all over the place. Austin Ozark says, it's a shame this place could be completely full because people can't afford the tickets because they are being sold too high. Austin, I think closer to game time, closer to Friday and Saturday when the games actually do have the first pitch, I think you'll see ticket prices come down on StubHub. I think you'll see people sell them for less and less outside of Baum Walker Stadium That's just my opinion. I don't know if it's actually going to happen, but that's just my opinion. Greg in Fort Smith says for fun he would do a $10 raffle ticket, and he would do the drawing for either B in Clarksville or Eddie. That's who he would try and raffle them off to this morning. Tim in Fort Smith says as long as someone is willing to pay the money, that he doesn't really have a problem with that. And that's the whole concept behind supply and demand. Listen, again, I hold the opinion and hold the belief there's no truly right answer. If you want to give your tickets away to someone that can't necessarily afford a $200 or $150 ticket price, that's fine. If you want to sell them for more than they're actually worth, I don't have a huge issue with that either. I, again, don't think there's one right or wrong answer. Now, I can frown at someone selling a GA Hogpen ticket for $250 where a student who's trying to live up every bit of his college experience and has had that stripped away for the past year and a half is trying to pay for a face value ticket and can't get it. I can look at you like, come on, man. But I'm also not going to just rip into you either. I think there's a level of degree there. Keep getting it on text this morning. Craig says, my take on the ticket sales is simply this: be a good human. So what does that entail, SmackDown, on being a good human? Does that mean face value? Does that mean $10 above face value, $20? Does that mean giving them away? What does that mean? Because it could mean a variety.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. It could mean a wide array of different things of be the good man. Like, there's no is there any right or wrong answer to this? I guess if you're like, if it's $100 ticket, that's face value, and you're charging $900 more, I mean, that's a little extreme.
Okay, let's do this then. What is too much? What do we want to consider face value? I think the face value this weekend, they're $40 tickets.
For Hogpen?
For Hogpen.
To me, okay, all right. I'm just asking because I don't buy tickets all the time. If this was regular season, Tuesday night versus Memphis,
I don't know the ticket prices. I think they are either $40 or $50 this weekend for GA Hogpen. So let's put it at $40. Okay. So what is okay in your mind, SmackDown, and then what is a bridge too far in terms of what you'd be selling them for?
Me, $100.
So that's if you sell them for
if we're gonna
double and $10 basically. So what is that? Is that a
let's just say
220% or 210%, something like that. If you're selling them for $60 more than you bought them for,
right?
You think that's okay, but anything above that,
well, because look at the game that you're buying, because like this is a big game. That's what you're doing. So if this was Memphis or any like Tuesday night game, whatever, that's a different conversation because I'm not going to pay $200 or $150, whatever I just added up to a game. This is a super regional. You could possibly be buying tickets to send this team off to the College World Series. I'd be willing to pay a good price to go see that just so you're there.
So you're telling me you're okay with overselling your tickets if it's to get to Omaha and pay for those ludicrous, outrageous ticket prices, hotel venues, and that?
How bad do you want to be there? How bad do you want? I mean, like we've said time and time again, like during football season, if you don't want to go to the game, then don't go. That is your God-given right.
This should be a question you ask Phil later on today. You and Maddie ask Phil, because I think the point that you just brought up is valid. For those who have been to Omaha, Nebraska during the College World Series, you know that everything is marked up: food, beer, clothing, hotel accommodations, everything there.
That's just
so
the way
to your
works.
point, if you can't go this weekend but you want to go to Omaha, you're trying to save up money, I don't have any pushback or a retort badly to what you just said.
It's just
I understand what you're saying.
I mean, it all comes to how do you want to be there? And if you do, you're going to pay that premium price to go. That's just the way it is. Doesn't matter. I mean, and if it was any other game, it'd probably be a lot cheaper. This is a big weekend for Razorback baseball. It's going to be an even bigger weekend if they get to the College World Series because you know those tickets are fixing to be astronomical. Then you add in hotels, everything else. So if you can't afford it, that's no big deal. You can watch the game on TV. You can listen on hitthatline.com with Phil and Bubba. That's all fine and dandy. If you want to go, you're going to find the way to go and get there. Money's no object. That's what God created credit cards for, brother.
That's a good point. And Just expense it. That's what I always do.
Yeah, I mean, me and you ain't got to worry about it. We'll just leave the bill for Tommy.
Yeah. This is a text from our buddy Hayden Shores over at H&H Tree Service in Waldron. He says, my deal is to understand if you want to know to make little money off your ticket, but there's no reason to jack up the price hundreds and hundreds of dollars. If you want to get your ticket for $25 or $50 more, I understand, but no way that you should try and make $100, $200, or $300 off a little bit of a ticket profit. And that's kind of what you said.
Right.
You said you were in kind of the $60 range. And I understand, like, if you want to make some money off your ticket, but trying to just
rip somebody off,
rip someone's heart out just for one ticket,
a profit,
doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I understand kind of trying to make money, but not all the way. Richard Davenport coming up on a Recruiting Thursday next, and we'll get back into this because we keep getting blown up with text.
It's time to say goodbye to contacts, glasses, or bifocals with LASIK or clear lens exchange by Volvision in Northwest Arkansas. Mention ESPN for $500 off your LASIK or clear lens exchange procedure. A quick 15-minute procedure, easy 24-hour recovery no matter your age. Freedom from contacts and glasses is an option for you. Volvision, the official eye care providers of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Go Hogs! Discount cannot be combined with other offers or discounts.
The largest air show in the South is coming to Bryan, Arkansas. Mark your calendars for the Arkansas Heart Hospital Wings Over Bryan Air Show, June 19th at the Saline County Regional Airport. Featured acts include the high-flying Team Aeroshell, the Bulldog Formation Flight Team, and the 24,000 horsepower jet truck Aftershock. Tickets on sale at all Central Arkansas Big Red stores for only $15, and kids 12 and under get free gate admission. Visit wingsoverbryan.com for more information. It's the Arkansas Heart Hospital Wings Over Bryan Air Show, Father's Day weekend.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. Summer's finally here, and with a great deal on a new Camry, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, and more, you can celebrate all of your favorite summer holidays, like Memorial Day, Cinco de Mayo, Independence Day, Father's Day.
You're doing great, Jan.
Thanks, Dad. Love you. International Pizza Party Day. Pepperoni, please. And by pepperoni, I mean Hawaiian. Let's keep this between us, though. I have relatives in Boston. I'll take another slice of pepperoni, please. But hold the pepperoni. Let's go ahead and add ham and pineapple. Thanks.
Toyota, let's go places. Get $750 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a 2021 Highlander L for $309 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Visit buyattoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and N6121.
These days we Google everything, but the practical advice about painting comes from the paint store in Van Buren. For 33 years we have worked with professionals as well as homeowners to share the best tips and techniques. Richards Paint, made in USA. Wooster Rollers, made in USA. Corona Brushes, made in USA. We want nothing more than to share our knowledge to help you achieve the best paint job. Friendly, expert, professional. The paint store in Van Buren.
The Golf Nut has been Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994. Take advantage now of Bice golf balls. Buy more, save more sip. Buy 5 or more dozen and pay only $28.99 per dozen. The Golf Nut has a great selection of shoes in stock, including the Nike Air Jordan AP G3s and the new Jordan Speed 5 Spikeless from Under Armour. Spend some time on the TrackMan and Foresight simulation base. Just call for an appointment. As always, check Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue. Your #1 golf shop since 1994.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC wants to buy your vehicle, and they'll pay top dollar today. Pre-owned car values are at an all-time high, and your car is worth more today than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Buick GMC, and they will pay you more for your trade. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they will still buy yours. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Game Time Energy, lifetime experience. Learn more about Buffalo Wild Wings and why it's a great place to work. Apply today at workthe4wings.com. You'll be working with the hottest brand around and having tons of fun doing it. Welcome to the big time.
Join the winning team at Buffalo Wild Wings. We are hiring. Apply now at workthe4wings.com. Competitive pay, team member discounts, flexible schedule, insurance options, incentive contests, and much more. Work where every day is game day. Roar!
They say, trust the process.
But if enjoyment isn't part of that process, don't trust the process. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told you.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beers. Beer in Texas. St. Louis, Missouri.
Frank Girl Furniture knows the price of lumber, houses, cars, and gas are going up. We thought you might need a break. For the month of June, Frank Girl Furniture is doing no sales tax. You heard right, no sales tax on living room, dining room, and bedroom. American-made furniture, in-store no credit check financing, and service after the sale. Frank Roll Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Appliances and electronics excluded.
Law's Drugstore in Fort Smith has COVID vaccinations available today for you and your family. Law's Drugstore has the Pfizer vaccine for ages 12 and up and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine for ages 18 and older. Just call 452-6116 to schedule your appointment or stop by Law's Drugstore at 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family. Call now, 452-6116.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Additional rain and thunderstorms with us today. That could aggravate our flooding concerns, especially across the south, where you could see some rainfall rates that could be 2 to 3 inches per hour. Occasional showers and thunderstorms for today. Our high this afternoon, upper 80s. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms start to dissipate. Overnight lows near 70. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Check out the Hog Talk podcast. Find it on hitthatline.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. You're listening to The Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
I hope that people can see, my career and my journey and not have to think that they have to be some hotshot or superstar, and they can just achieve just what they want just by kind of working through things. And I think a harder journey is better for you as a person.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You are causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from
hitthatline.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Hi, guys. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy? What's wrong?
Lloyd! The Morning Rush starts right now.
Hour number 3 of The Morning Rush. The ticket conversation has exploded this morning. What should you do if you got tickets for this weekend but you can't go? There's been a wide array of takes on this, and we'll let Stephen Paris get his take as we are on the road to Omaha this weekend. Arkansas wins the Supers. They're going that Emerald City, and we really appreciate Construction Masters Roofing. Ready for all your roofing needs and more. 479-648-8888. The Grease Pig for all your vehicle's oil changes, services, repairs on North College and MLK in Fayetteville. And then Steve Feinberg and Associates, commercial real estate specialist serving Northwest Arkansas. Go to arkrealestate.com. So we're going to talk to Richard Davenport on a Recruiting Thursday coming up, but we're going to let Steve and Paris let his voice be heard on this ticket conversation. Steve, what is your take on the ticket topic we've been having this morning?
Okay, good morning. It's real simple to me. There's a lot of people in the state, and in any state really, that don't want to go see an average game. And it costs you a lot of money to hire the best coaches, to build a good stadium, upkeep it, pay the officials and all that. And so the people that go out and give all the money for the season tickets and all and everything, that really is what you base your budgets on. It's what's coming in. Well, they've got a right to make money. And these people that only want to see 1 or 2 games a year when they're really great games, well, by gosh, they should have upped their money at the start, or just keep their mouth shut. I know when I was at UCA, when I went there, it started out as SCA. I used to go over to a war memorial, and Arkansas was winning. This was early 70s, and I'd make a small fortune off of the game, the games, but I didn't ever feel bad about it because those games were getting sold out and people were buying it. But you either got to pay up front to get the good tickets, or you got to pay now through the nose. It's really that simple.
Steve, and I think some of the points that you just made are valid, but let me come from this perspective. Let's say there's someone out there who's a diehard Hog fan, and they can't necessarily afford $100 or $200 a ticket. You got to account for gas, you got to account for food, potentially hotel and lodging. What do you say to them when they can afford a face value ticket and they're trying to get that, and there's someone that has those tickets, but they're trying to sell it for 3 or 4 times what it's actually presented at face value?
Well, those people, the first responders and our servicemen and all that, I'm all for supporting them in every way possible.
Okay.
That's a whole different subject. I'm talking about the guy that sits at home and listens to it on the radio that couldn't care less about going to a game until right now when we're doing great, number one in the nation and all that. That's the guy I'm talking to, not your guy that went over to Gulf War or World War I or World War II. No, that's a different subject altogether. Or your firemen, your policemen, even your nurses and doctors. That's a whole different subject. I'm talking about the Johnny come lately, the jump on the bandwagon guy. No, he needs to pay through the nose, or he needs to get up at the start of the season and go to all the games.
Okay. I think that's I think you made some points there that I agree with, some that I'm kind of skeptical on. But Steve, we appreciate your call and we appreciate you listening to the Morning Rush, buddy.
You bet. Thank you. Have a good day.
You got it, buddy. Steve in Paris. If you want to call, text, get in your opinion on this topic of if you have tickets for this weekend but you can't go, what should you do with your tickets? We will come back to this after we talk with Richard Davenport of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Going to roll through these headlines real quick. Kevin Kopps is one of the 10 finalists for the Stopper of the Year award that's going to be announced June the 18th. LSU is allegedly looking at Pat Casey, former Oregon State head coach, as their next head coach, according to Kendall Rogers. Texas A&M has hired Jim Snosnagel from TCU after he's been there 18 years. LeBron James is going to change his jersey from number 23 to number 6 in accordance for what he's wearing in Space Jam. I think it's because he can't live up to the legacy that is Michael
Be a good
Jeffrey
journalist, Ty.
Jordan.
What's
I
the
think
facts, Ty?
That's the facts. He can't live up to the legacy of Michael.
Where'd you get those facts from?
My head. And then Treylon Burks, last headline before we talk with RD. Treylon Burks is projected a number 12 overall in Pro Football Focus's 2022 mock draft. As we welcome in our guy Richard Davenport here to the Morning Rush. Now, Richard, you've covered Treylon Burks quite some time. Kid out of Warren, Arkansas. It was cool to hear the conversation with Bo Embry, how he was a ball boy back during the Jarius Wrights, Greg Childs, and Chris Gragg's days. And to see how far he's come, does he have the best projectability of any Arkansas wide receiver, you think, in the last 20 years at the professional level?
Yeah, you would think so. He's just got the it factor. Obviously, he's got the physical skills, but they're the physical skills. A lot of people have physical skills, but they don't have the ball skills. They don't have the ability to adjust their body to catch the ball in crazy ways like he can. Mm-hmm. He's just got a lot of God-given talent and just the ability to adjust also when trying to catch the ball. And he's obviously got great hands.
Yeah, I think most evidently on display in the Ole Miss game on that 3rd and goal fade route that he caught over that cornerback with Felipe Franks. It looked like it was a little overthrown, but Treylon just went up and snagged it. Now, he's a football prospect in-state that Arkansas had to have. I know that you had some official visitors this past week, Richard, with Khalil Ware, Darian Ford, and then Joseph Pinion. Joseph already committed. Khalil and Darian potentially could end up at the University of Arkansas. I don't think we've spent enough time on Khalil. Richard, this is a 7-footer who has ball skills, who can shoot the rock, can do it all. I think he's a top 45 kid on Rivals. What's kind of your inclination to where he's looking right now to play his college ball?
Well, I talked to him and Darian Ford after their official visits, and I talked to Khalil a few times, and he's a man of few words. So if you get more than a few words from him, that's encouraging. And usually after a visit like an official visit, they have somewhat we call it a visit high, and I think he did have that. He usually is very, very careful when he's talking about recruiting, and I mean it's tough to get anything that kind of makes you think, okay, he's thinking this. But after the Arkansas visit, he called it an eye opener, which is, I'm telling you, if anybody's talked to Khalil, for him to say that was strong. And talking to his mom also, Arkansas did about as good as they possibly could in that 48 hours, and really detailed how he could be utilized and as a big man, and he doesn't want to be in the paint all the time. He wants to be able to go out on the perimeter. Obviously, Arkansas offers that, and they showed that to him. So that was very important to him. He plans to officially visit Texas, Oregon. He's looking to make some other visits too, but I think last week's official visit to Arkansas went as good as it could possibly have gone.
Well, that's great news, and they're trying to get him to campus as an eventual true freshman. They got another guy in Trey Wade from Wichita State, also played at a community college, and then UTEP. Richard, what is Arkansas basketball getting in Trey Wade?
He's a guy that's going to get you some rebounds, give you a lot of energy. That's the first thing that I heard about before he committed that he was a high-energy guy, and then after just talking to him and then reading some more from other people around the country about him, he's just a guy that's going to give you a spark off the bench, and that's something that every team needs. You need a guy that is not necessarily going to play 30, 35 minutes, but a guy that's going to play about 10, 15, give you some energy, get you some rebounds, and give you some defense and do some things that kind of, gives his teammates a little bit of a get up and go, and I think he definitely provides that. And in talking to him, he gives you that first team that team first mentality. He really does, and for a guy that's with 1 year left to have that attitude, I was very impressed.
Talking a little recruiting with Richard Davenport on Recruiting Thursday. Richard, let's transition to baseball. You had a conversation with a few Arkansas baseball prospects, and I don't know how you don't commit on the spot after the atmosphere you saw this weekend. What's the vibe that you picked up with some of the guys this past week that are looking at Arkansas baseball for their next career step?
Well, obviously, when you win like they did against Nebraska on Monday, and Kevin Kotz pitches like he does, and then have the home run by Walsh. I mean, that's all that they were talking about. And several of the signees, they were just fired up, ready to get on the field already. So, the Arkansas brand in baseball has been at a high level. It's getting it at a higher level, and I think they've already been able to recruit it at a high level in baseball. But and I think in the future, especially if they do what the Arkansas fans want them to do, and that this team wants to do, win the national championship, it just goes to a different level too.
Richard, one more baseball question before we let you go. We always appreciate your time. The Charlie Boyce, Kevin Kopps comparison, I know you got a chance to watch him play specifically in 2004. What similarities do you see between Boyce and Kopps?
Ooh, man, I remember Boyce, but I don't remember as well as obviously Kevin Kopps. All I can say is I've never seen anything like Kevin Kopps. I think mid-season in our group text, with Clay and Dudley and Matt Jones and Scotty, all of us, I was going, have we ever seen anything like this? And everybody agreed that we haven't. So it is, and you see Opitz, you see him, how excited he gets when Kevin strikes out a guy. I think it is so fun as a fan to watch. But as a catcher, catching a guy that is so dominant, I think that it's got to be such a high to be able to catch a guy that really is truly going to be a legend going forward.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to justify what Kevin is. Hopefully he continues to have success in this Super Regional this weekend, and if they get past it, in Omaha as well. Really excited. We're going to have Rick Kopps on tomorrow, RD. His father, so I'm assuming we'll get some kind of great insight from him, and we always get great insight from you every Thursday at around 8 o'clock, and we'll do it again next week, buddy.
Sounds good. See you guys.
All right, back to the ticket conversation. Let's jump back into it. We're going to do this thing we've been doing this morning because it's been so popular. If you have season tickets for this weekend, what should you do? 877-377-6963. Before we do that, SmackDown, tell them about our friends at Farm Credit.
Yeah, the Morning Rush this morning brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. If you're in the need for recreational land, it's getting close to hunting season or getting around to that time where you're going to start planting your food plots, getting ready for deer season. Maybe you're in the need for getting some recreational land for your hunting club or anything like that. Maybe you're looking to farm or get into livestock, or possibly even building that dream home that you and your couple, your family has always been looking to build. Farm Credit Farm Credit is the team to help you out with that. They can finance recreational land. They have a new loan product that makes financing all size hunting land and properties like that quick and easy. Farm Credit understands that hunting and fishing is a part of what makes living in rural Western Arkansas extremely special. And plus, also, they've got other great tie-ins as well. If you are if you're both active military or past military, veteran, doesn't matter. Farm Credit has a special loan program just for you. You can check out Farm Credit. Check them out online. FarmCredit.com. Check out all the great offerings at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas if you're in the need for property management or anything in between with Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
So the tickets has this weekend, there's some people that have them, some people that don't. What's the protocol? What's the way you should go about with your tickets? If you have them, you shouldn't sell. And people have been all sides of the fence this morning. Clifton in Fayetteville says, so should people pay through the nose for tickets right now? What's the justification for making people pay all that money for the Hogs just because they happen to have a ticket? Now, I think it was pointed out earlier, which I thought was a good rock-solid point, that the season ticket holders have to pay a premium, not just for the tickets, but the donations, the other things they have to do with the Razorback Foundation, whatever, that seem to always go up every single year. So you can't just look at the ticket being face value. It's other stuff as well. Just something to factor in when you're debating this argument when we go back and forth. Adam in OKC texted in this morning. He says, Ty, every Hog fan should be elated that we have to have a conversation about season ticket holders selling them for face value. It's a good problem to have. Now, SmackDown, I think it was Tom earlier that said that Notre Dame was selling their regional tickets for $10 a pop. Arkansas is not really having that issue.
No, because look at the demand for this thing. That's why these tickets are getting so expensive, because everybody wants to go. And yes, you're going to have like your fans now that hadn't been necessarily as paying attention as close as we have, but they want to be a part of something special. And that's just, that's just continually driving the price and demand of these tickets up. It's a great problem to have. And if you're the University of Arkansas right now, or just like if you've bought the tickets through them, heck, you're licking your chops right now. You're just like, whatever you want to do, let's go. Which obviously now they're not getting the cut off of the like StubHub or anything else with that. But it's a great problem to have.
William Jonesboro texted in. He says he would not deprive any fan of the joy of going to the game, and he would sell them for face value. He feels like it's unethical that you didn't pay that much for the ticket, and he would, again, not want to suck the buyer's joy out of a chance of getting to go to the game. Again, I don't know if you can say unethical because it's business. There's one thing of doing like shady business and doing things behind their back, and I don't want to go lawyer on everyone here, but I don't know if I can go as far to say unethical, but frowned upon maybe. Like maybe kind of given a second look. Unethical, I think, is too harsh of a term for selling tickets more for what they're worth. Because then you get into the idea of, okay, so what's unethical? If you sell them for $10 more, $15 more, $30, $40? Like where does the unethical part of this come into factor? Is it a certain number that you sell them for over? Just something to think about. Joseph in Cove texted in. He says if someone's willing to pay it, it's not overpriced. And that's what we always say. If you're worth what someone is willing to pay you, and it's worth whatever someone is willing to pay. So, I mean, it's
if you want to go to this weekend's game, if you want to go to the College World Series, you're going to pay whatever it takes to get there.
Joe and Marion texted in. He says Eddie in Clarksville would be his first call if he had tickets, and he would get the other one, and I would get the other as a double entertainment. Now, I know that Clay and Bo and Bart and all them met Eddie in Clarksville at the Texas A&M game. I think Pig Trail Nation got an interview with him prior to, I want to say that was the 2016 game. And listen, if you have an extra ticket, I know Eddie would love to go to the games this weekend. So if you have one, take him. He'd love it. I know he'd be all about that. And the Red Rifle, our buddy Mason texted in. He says his issue as a student at the U of A is the fact of there isn't a lot of student tickets, and they have a lot of students that want to go to the games, but they can't go because they can't afford it. Like think back when, not just as if you didn't go to school, but think about in your teens, late teens, and early 20s. You didn't have a penny to your name. No one does in that age group. And so when you're trying to enjoy what some consider to be the best part of your life in that early 20s or late teens age, or at least a time that you treasure and try to remember the most. I don't know. I'm not a father. I'm not a husband. So some tell me that that's the best part of their life. I don't know if they're lying or just they're trying to look good in front of their wife or their kids, but they tell me that at least. It's kind of a bummer that you don't get to go. These students don't get to go to games. So again, there's no wrong or right answer here. There's just a lot of different takes on this. Let's hear what Robert in Fort Smith is. Robert, what is your take on this ticket situation?
I say sell them fair price. You ain't got to make that kind of money off everybody. But my other thing, too, Ty, is Charlie Boyce. All you guys keep talking is great, but we saw what happened with Charlie down in the later half of the Omaha tournament in the World Series. He got beat by South Carolina, I think, and because he got, people finally got to him because he pitched so much. So I just want to see what's your thought. You keep pitching Cobbs, like we said. I think we live and die by him.
Yeah, no, I've said that. He pitched, 180 pitches or whatever it was over 3 games, the most he's pitched over the course of a weekend all season long. Now it's split up between 4 days and 3 games, but you're going to really find out about Kevin Kopp's finesse after this weekend and what it's like. Now, hopefully, the hope is that Wicklander goes 5 or 6 and the team is just crushing the ball, so you don't have to even bring him in for game 1. Do I expect that? No. I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair all weekend long, like Clay Henry was saying, because of the bats that North Carolina State is going to come in with, and I think this is going to be a fun series to watch. So Kevin is going to be needed. The question is, as Robert just brought up, is he going to get tired? Now, he told Coach Van Horn and Coach Hobbs very politely, very respectfully, that he's good. He's fine. He feels great. It's one thing to say that when the adrenaline is in and you're in the midst of a game. It's another thing when you got to have that week off and you're resting your arm, resting your body to that. What kind of Kevin Kopp are we going to see this week? And I think it'll be one we've seen all season long, but at some point in time, either this weekend or in Omaha, is he going to get tired? Is he going to show some chinks in his armor? That's something that we'll save for if it happens or if it doesn't happen. And we'll also have Rick Kopp, his father, on tomorrow at 7:15. All right, let's talk College World Series odds next on the Morning Rush.
The Road to Omaha is presented by the Grease Pig Lube and Tune with 2 locations in Fayetteville. Constructions Masters Roofing, ready for your roofing needs and more. Call 479-648-8888. And by Steve Feinberg and Associates, commercial real estate specialists serving Northwest Arkansas. Go to arkrealestate.com.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Coming to Bryant, Arkansas, Father's Day weekend. It's the Arkansas Heart Hospital Wings Over Bryant Air Show, June 19th at the Saline County Regional Airport. Kids 12 and under get free gate admission, and there's something to do for the entire family. Some of the top acts in the country will be on hand, including Warbirds in Action, the Texas T-Carts, and Team Aeroshell. Tickets on sale now at all Central Arkansas Big Red stores or online at wingsoverbryant.com. Treat your dad to a fun family event June 19th.
Did you know about 1 in 9 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during his lifetime? Unfortunately, all treatment options can have side effects, like erectile dysfunction, urinary leakage, and bowel complications. However, SpaceOAR Hydrogel can help minimize your risk of side effects when used with radiation therapy. To learn more about the risks and benefits of SpaceOAR, visit spaceoar.com. That's spaceoar.com. Spaceoar.com. Sponsored by Boston Scientific.
Whoo! Hi folks, Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. I need a vacation. I bet you do too. But I can't take a break until I take in 57 trades. So this month, I'll pay you up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value when you trade for the Rath Road Ready vehicle of your choice. And we've got a great selection. Each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. So send your old ride packing and get up to $4,000 more than it's worth when you hit the road in a nicer, newer car. Trip delayed by past credit mishaps? Don't worry. We've mapped out the road to more approvals, and you could get up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value for your trade. Keeping the car you have? Get it ready for summer in our Meineke Car Care Center with free AC checks, half-off brakes, and buy 3 get 1 free on all tires. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends by June 30th, 2021.
Are you looking for a new place to call home? Whether you're looking for an apartment, duplex, townhome, or a house, Trinity Multifamily has you covered. They even have options in surrounding states, from Texas to Michigan and Kansas to Tennessee. If you're looking for a new place to call home, make Trinity Multifamily your first call at 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Ramos Roofing is a local roofing company and have over 25 years of experience in the Oklahoma area. Are you looking for a residential or commercial roofing need? Ramos Roofing is the business you can trust. Offering discounts for senior citizens, law enforcement, and healthcare workers. Ramos Roofing can help you with your insurance claim. Ramos Roofing, working with you to build a better home. Call 479-420-9903. That's 479-420-9903 for Ramos Roofing.
River City Bistro is Fort Smith's favorite place for lunch, dinner, and brunch. Open 7 days a week, both on the patio and cozy dining room. River City Bistro, locally owned and open weekdays 11 till 8, Saturdays 10 till 8, and Sundays 10 till 3. Want River City Bistro curbside to go? Just search on Facebook or Instagram for River City Bistro or go to rcbistro.com. River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
The Martins came over, we were having spaghetti when we suddenly noticed that we started getting sweaty as the temperature approached 90 degrees. My buddy said, man, you gotta call AshleyAir.com. When your air conditioner breaks, they're the one you want. AshleyAir.com. They're fast and they're good and they got it going on. The technician showed up the very same day. Got it fixed right and fast, he was on his way. When your air conditioner breaks, you know who to call. There's only one choice, AshleyAir.com.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Ask Shelter agents Brandon Zimmerman or Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
There's an old saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Hi, this is Scott at Calico County. 2021 is here, and no doubt a lot has changed in the last year. But something that has stayed the same is Calico County's award-winning food. Great portions that are fresh and always cooked from scratch. Something that we have changed is improved curbside service for those of you that don't want to fight the crowds. And of course, we will never change those great cinnamon rolls that everyone loves. So for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or catering, it's Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue, behind Randall Ford.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Crabb.
Matt forces it up at the horn, tipped up and in by Portis. It's good. Bobby Portis with the tip in. It looks like the Hogs have won it.
Streaming live at hitthatline.com.
Back here on the Morning Rush, we're going to get into these College World Series odds coming up here, where Arkansas is at the top of the list, no surprise, and your calls and texts as well. But first, I want to tell you about our friends at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Starting at 10:45, you can come in and have brunch on Saturday. Sip on a cocktail to start your day. Have the breakfast burrito, breakfast frittata, and so much more. Mimosas, cocktails are also available. Again, brunch on Saturdays starting at 10:45. Also live music on Tuesday nights and then Saturdays as well. Check out their daily specials, Joe's Grill and Cantina, across from Harps in Fort Smith. Now, Robert, our buddy over at the Stadium Shop, has a take on the tickets this morning. Robert, what is your take on what people should do if they have tickets for this weekend and can't go to the games?
I want to thank you for having me on real quick. I'm sorry I called in late here. Couple of things. Number one, I just want to say that there's two sets of the way they handle these tickets. That the tickets for the regular season are definitely through the foundation, and while the ticket office. And while the ticket office handles these regional tickets, that this is actually following the NCAA's protocol and policies. That the way Arkansas handles its tickets are one way, but they got to handle other tickets for other universities as well. So two separate ways of dealing with tickets. But to my point, if you don't think for a second that the athletic department knows, with the exception of the walk-up tickets that are sold for the hog pen during the regular season, they know every single ticket holder, and every single ticket that's sold. They know who got them, where they went to, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is with the people who buy them, and then that's all they're buying them for is to resell. You know, there's this is a problem in concerts and everything else too, where there is a business out there that all they do is just resell tickets for a profit. That's the only problem that I have. Now, if the problem wants to get resolved, then the department's going to have to take it on, because they can look on StubHub or whatever and see whose tickets that are, and they'll know whose tickets that is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They used to do that. They used to do that buyback program, and I don't guess they do that anymore. You know what I mean? Where the athletic department, if you couldn't go, they would buy back your tickets and make sure that another Razorback fan got them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they do that anymore, but my whole point is the athletic department is the only ones that can do anything about it, because they know who got what tickets, and they know Section 124, seats 3, 4, and 5. They know who that ticket went to, and if anybody's going to do anything about it, that's the only people that can. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that I think I get it. What you're saying. So what's the remedy? What's the fix? Like you're talking about, like bots and ticket companies and other places that just, if they see tickets, they immediately try and get their hands on as many as possible that they can make a profit. How do you go about like not letting that happen, or at least deterring it to a certain extent?
I really don't know. That's for somebody much smarter than me. But all I can say is if the athletic department has a list of people who bought the tickets originally,
mm-hmm.
that's the only I don't know what I'm saying, trail that you could follow to find out how they're winding up for $400, $500 online, if that makes any sense. The way to combat it is for the athletic department to make it valuable for the people that originally bought it to turn them back in, so that a Razorback fan can get them. You understand what I'm saying there?
Yeah, but So I think that's a fair point. But Robert, they'll get more on the free market than they will get selling them back to the U of A, right?
All right, right. Well, I don't. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they buy them back, they can double their donation or give them more points or whatever. But guys, I hate to say this, if I want to go see Jeff Lynne's ELO or Paul McCartney in concert and it's sold out, my only option is go online and buy them from somebody else at a higher rate and just bite the bullet. Yeah. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and here's another thing. So, I mean, I've gotten 2 polos at your store, and if Arkansas advances, I'll probably end up getting a College World Series one as well. I mean, this is, from your perspective as a business owner, your products are more valuable the better Arkansas is. The same way tickets are. So that's another perspective I don't think we've necessarily dove into this morning is tickets aren't going to go down, y'all. This team is the number 1 team in college baseball. They're in the supers, and that's something that I think people need to realize is if you think you're going to get a fair – this isn't just happening in Arkansas. Go to any collegiate sport that's the number 1 team in their prospective sport. The tickets aren't going down, they're going up. Yeah. That's just a fact of life.
I sent you a text earlier, and I think that the Razorback fans, it's been so long since we've had a high demand for tickets, we kind of forgot what it's like. I hate to say that, but when Arkansas plays Texas and we're highly ranked and it's a big daggum game, you're going to pay a premium. If Arkansas is playing TCU and we're blowing chunks that year and we're at the bottom of the barrel, you can find them thumbtacked to telephone poles.
Yeah. It's just supply and demand. Very, very big difference. Well, Robert, we appreciate your call. We'll see you tomorrow at halftime live from your place at 11 to 1, okay?
Yeah. Excited about that.
Looking forward to it, Robert.
I'll see you tomorrow, man.
All right, buddy. SmackDown's going to be wearing his Hawaiian shirt that he got from the stadium shop. I was very proud of you when you came back.
Also, I need to wear that tomorrow? Because I got 2 really good polos that I bought from Stadium Shop.
Does one have the frontward facing hog on it?
No, both of them have your favorite hog on.
You're good either way. If you wore the front I hope now. Last time I was in there, I didn't see it. I hope Robert doesn't have any apparel with the front facing hog, and if he does, he needs to throw it away because I hate that.
Robert, are you still there by chance?
Yeah.
Did you hear Ty's question?
I do not have anything with the forward-facing hog.
And that's why he is the best. And that's why he is the best clothing operator when it comes to Razorback apparel in Northwest Arkansas. Thank you, Robert, for doing what needs to be done and not having that atrocious looking hog.
That's not that bad,
embarrassing. Tom. You need to burn that sweatsuit.
I pay good money for that.
I don't care. Burn it. It doesn't need to be. All
I
right.
overpaid for it, Ty, like these tickets.
Razorback report coming up. College World Series odds. Razorbacks on top. We'll do it next.
Listen to that last segment, I promise you, it sounded like I walked into a barbershop and listened to 2 old men just go at it. That was great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
The summer season is kicking off. Don't forget Burton Pools and Spas, your go-to folks for all your pool needs. Burton Pools and Spas can help keep your water crystal clear in your in-ground, above-ground, and semi-in-ground pool. Plus, Burton Pools and Spas can help get you into a pool or hot tub this summer. They have everything you need to build the backyard of your dreams. Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, and online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Hi, I'm Bill Bolton of NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins. I started in this business in 1972 at an auction house that specialized in antique and estate jewelry, sterling silver, and coins. In that time, I've seen gold go from $35 an ounce to today's price of $1,683. I want to talk to you about the coins you may have inherited and how important it is to deal with someone who understands coins and this market. In 2011, we had a mother and daughter come into our store and sell us a lot of jewelry they no longer wore for $3,300. The daughter then pulled out an 1850 California $10 gold piece. Jeremy offered her $900 and she accepted his offer. He then advised her to have this coin graded. She did, and she sold it for $36,000. If you don't know what you have, please come see Jeremy in our Bentonville store. Don't sell at an auction or an estate sale and get less money. What's in your safety deposit box could be worth thousands. NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins, Bentonville, Fayetteville.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC wants to buy your vehicle, and they'll pay top dollar today. Pre-owned car values are at an all-time high, and your car is worth more today than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Buick GMC, and they will pay you more for your trade. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they will still buy yours. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Was your roof damaged by recent storms? Don't fall victim to out-of-town contractors and fly-by-night repairmen. Trust the local roofing professionals at Able Roofing. Call their local number, 474-0006, for a free roof inspection. Never trust something as important as the roofing system on your home to a storm chaser. Able Roofing, 474-0006, will work with your insurance company. Call now for your free roof inspection, 474-0006. Able Roofing, the hometown roofers.
Business is back, and your locally owned TGI Fridays is now hiring for multiple positions. For over 26 years, TGI Fridays in Fort Smith has been locally owned and a fun place to work, and we want you to come be a part of our family. Apply in person or message us online on our TGI Fridays Fort Smith Facebook page. If you've been out of work and are needing a job, or you're just looking for a career change, we have multiple positions available in the front and back of the house, and we want to welcome you to our family at your locally owned TGI Fridays in Fort Smith.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Call Kohler & Green Insurance today in Fort Smith at 484-9888 and Kohler & Green Insurance in Van Buren at 474-9888.
When you've escaped the screens and the sun bathes everything in a golden glow, and your friend hands you a cold organic beer that tastes as perfect as nature itself, that's pure gold. Michelob Ultra Pure Gold, the first national USDA certified organic beer. Organic by nature. Enjoy responsibly. 2020 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Pure Gold, St. Louis, Missouri.
Whether it's a game day, a holiday, office function, or your family lunch or dinner, Whole Hog Cafe Fort Smith is ready to serve you their award-winning barbecue and sides. Dine in or call either of the Whole Hog Fort Smith locations, Burrow Road or Phoenix Avenue, or go online to wholehogfortsmith.com and check out their buddy packs and party packs. Both Whole Hog locations are currently open 11 till 6, Tuesday through Saturday. Experience award-winning barbecue and sides at Whole Hog Cafe today.
Frank Row Furniture knows the price of lumber, houses, cars, and gas are going up. We thought you might need a break. For the month of June, Frank Row Furniture is doing no sales tax. You heard right, no sales tax on living room, dining room, and bedroom. American-made furniture, in-store no credit check financing, and service after the sale. Frank Row Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Appliances and electronics excluded.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
The pitch. He struck him out swinging, and the Razorbacks will get out of Texas with a perfect 3-0 record.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
All right, last segment of the show on a Recruiting Thursday. We'll have Richard Davenport in the Bud Light Seltzer Morning Rush podcast, the ticket conversation, and also the College World Series odds, which is really going to frontline our Hog update.
It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Oh, yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you.
Touchdown, Arkansas!
Arkansas wins the national championship! The Arkansas Razorbacks have completed the dream season!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
And it's brought to you by Wheels RV. Seek all that the natural state has to offer this year at Wheels RV. Explore Arkansas in a new RV from Grand Design, Heartland, Forest River, Keystone, and Alliance. All the best brands and all the best prices. Enjoy the peace of mind with our lifetime warranty at Wheels RV, and you can see what the natural state has to offer. There's a reason that Wheels RV was voted the best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas, 5 miles west off Exit 72. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV. Let's get into these College World Series odds. The DraftKings one, where Arkansas is plus 180 right now to win the whole shebang, the whole stinking thing. Vanderbilt's the next highest at plus 450, so you are highly coveted, highly respected in Vegas right now. Not really a surprise. Tom brought it up earlier. You've won every SEC series this year. Not just every SEC series, every series where you faced a baseball team 3 times. It's incredible, and I hope it keeps going. I hope this thing keeps on chugging along like it has been all season long. Now, you can look at this in a variety of ways. The pros, the cons of why this team could end up not defying the odds, but really kind of assuming the odds and taking it for what it's worth as the highest projected team in these College World Series odds. You got the best player in the country in Kevin Kopps. You've got the best stadium in the country that can help propel you to Omaha this weekend. NC State, there's not a lot of respect for them. They're like 15th of the 16 teams. And you got one of the best coaches in college baseball, and you've been the best team in the country all year. But there are some things going against you. You haven't hit the ball necessarily well. Outside of Patrick Wicklander and Kevin Kopps, you haven't really gotten much consistency. And at some point, people think the clock is going to strike 12 on this Razorback team. I mean, they're going to lose either this weekend or next weekend in Omaha if they make it past this weekend at some point. That's okay. Now, good question for Robert earlier asking if Kevin Kopps was eventually going to wear it down. That's a question that I think people have wondering since considering all this pressure is on him. Plus, the numbers are stacked against you a little bit. Only one overall seed in this College World Series since it was expanded in 1999 has won it all. And you know what it was? Miami in 1999. So some things for you, some things against you. But as our Razorback update says, the number one projected team odds-wise according to DraftKings. Let's go to the phone lines and get Dennis's take on the ticket topic that we've had this morning. And I need to clear some stuff up as well with my opinion on this. Dennis, what is your opinion on the season ticket holder ticket topic this morning?
Well, as a longtime season ticket holder, what I grew up with, you always bought your tickets at face value, sold your tickets at face value or even a little bit less. That being said, a lot of people don't take into account that the ticket value is not the true cost associated with that ticket. I've got donations to the Razorback Foundation that also get factored into that.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I sell it at face value, I'm actually losing money. But that's not what I'm used to. I've been a fan for 50 years, and the best memories I ever have as a child were wandering around Razorback Stadium for football, bartering for tickets. And we would buy 4 or 5, we would resell them, we'd buy some more, and at the end of the day, we usually end up with better seats for less money invested in the tickets than what the ticket value was. So, that's my world. That's my era. Problem is, things have changed. So, I'm kind of torn on it. Yeah, I'm fighting what I'm used to with what things have became. If a season ticket holder puts their tickets out there and sells them for a little bit above face value, in reality, all they're doing is recapturing what that ticket cost them.
Yep.
Now, scalping, that's a completely different thing. If you're tacking on an extra $75 a ticket to just drag in some extra money, well, you're taking advantage of Arkansas fans generally. So I'm not crazy about that.
Okay.
But a little bit above ticket value, I don't have much of an issue with it.
So what's the threshold, Dennis? Because I asked SmackDown that earlier. He said no more than $100 on a $40 ticket, which is they're at face value, I think, at Hog Pen. What's the threshold for what you can go over and it not be looked upon or frowned upon?
Well, for me personally, I would probably say $20, $30 above face value. It really depends on where the seats are, because your level of donation to the foundation to get that seat goes up the better the seat is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
it's just kind of
an
varies
extra
per seat basis, like you're saying.
It does. An extra $30 or $40 a ticket to me is not out of line, but it is gouging to a certain extent if you're truly jacking that price up.
No, I get that. Well, Dennis, we appreciate your take on this, and as I've stated from the beginning of the program, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but we appreciate you calling into the Morning Rush this morning.
Have a good day.
You too, buddy. That is Dennis in Springdale. This is the final segment of the program today. Probably not going to touch that much on this tomorrow unless it just blows up again like it is today. So if you want to hop in here for one final time, it's 877-377-6963. I thought this SmackDown would go well this morning. I got to give my buddy Ram credit on this because he asked me about it last night. If we were going to talk about it,
we fired some people up this morning.
So no, you got from all different sides. Like we got a text. This is a great text. I think on Facebook from Leno. He bought season tickets for the Kansas City Chiefs, and as part of his purchase, he was informed that he can only sell a certain amount because they monitor the ticket sales online. If he passed that certain percentage, then he would lose his ability to sell season tickets in the future. Now, that's what Robert, our buddy over the Stadium Shop, said is if you're buying tickets just to sell them, that's when you can say that's unethical or immoral, because I'm just not a fan of that. Like, there should be a level of camaraderie and fandom and Razorback within your soul that you don't want to do that. Now, I get trying to go to as many games as possible, but the games you can't go, you sell. And like we just talked about with Dennis and Springdale, you have to factor in the cost of the donations as well when it comes to this weekend and what you paid. And people just say, oh, well, it's just a $40 face value, 50, 60, whatever it is. No, it's not. It's other stuff as well. That's the rationale that people have for selling. Now, I get, like he said, selling it for $300 or something like that. That's a little over the top. I understand that. But you have to look at the whole big picture when it comes to this conversation. Also got a really funny text. Phil and I are texting this morning. He's saying, this is from Doug on Twitter. He says, I miss it when Ty was with Phil Elson Phil Elson. Ty would say sort of dumb Zoomer stuff, and Phil would send him straight with reasoned logic. Why did they break up such a yin and yang duo? So it's just I'm
sorry, I'm not enough for the listeners out here to fill you and Phil's shoes on halftime.
That's not what we were getting to.
The damn listeners are sending me off.
It is just funny because Phil and I had great chemistry and we had a lot of fun together, and we could not be more polar opposite. Religion, sports, politics. We disagree on virtually everything when it comes to the three major things. Well, we didn't really talk about religion or politics, but the sports stuff we disagree on virtually everything. But we also had a high level of respect for one another, and luckily enough, I was blessed to start my radio career here in Arkansas, really full time as a host with one of the eventual best to ever do it, that being Mr. Phil Elson. Now we got a text from Jason in Frankfurt earlier, and he says if the holder of the tickets is a business or corporation who gives the tickets to an employee and the employee attempts to sell them, that's wrong. Well, Jason's also called in this morning. Jason, what other tidbit would you like to add to your discussion on tickets?
So the prior caller just brought this up in my mind. This is my conundrum. So let's say that the 2021 Razorback football team has a 2019 or 2018 type season where they're not winning, and you have a friend or an acquaintance who wants to sell you tickets. You're willing to buy them. And they say, well, you can buy them for less than face value. Should you insist on paying face value so not to do that, do dirty on that friend? That's where you've got the reverse of this situation, where these people are, when it's salad days, when times are good, when the baseball team's doing well, they're looking to have that income or looking to have that money. But when times are lean, should you say, well, no, I'm going to go ahead and give you what face value is just because I'm a good friend? Anyway, just a moral question you have to ask yourself whenever you purchase tickets. That's it.
Yeah, I thought this conversation would go off a little bit, but we have gotten about 50% one way and 50% the other. And that's when you know you have a good radio piece, a good radio segment, is when it's so back and forth between two parties. Clay in Bentonville, he's got a story on ticket prices as we close down shop this morning. Clay, you got about 30 seconds to a minute, man. Make it quick.
Okay, I'll go quick. So I'm from Kansas City, been in Bentonville about 10 years. But in the 90s, when Marty Ball was really popular in Kansas City for the Chiefs, Federal Courthouse, they sold 4 tickets, upper level, just for the rights. Ended up being $22,000. Just for the rights for the 4 tickets, not the rate, not the what you pay for the season. And eventually the Chiefs said, wait a minute, if you're selling tickets, they end up charging. I think I paid $1,000 just for the rights to get somebody's tickets. But yeah, $22,000, Federal Courthouse. They were that popular. So it's a business. You got people who are that's just what it is. And so yeah, it was insane. The guy paid that much money for 4 tickets just for the rights.
That's wild. Now I will say, and we appreciate your call this morning, Clay. There is a difference between professional tickets and collegiate tickets. I think people, they use the term moral obligation or ethical more when it comes to collegiate stuff, but professional just kind of goes by the wayside, goes out the window. Been a good Thursday edition. Can't wait for tomorrow. Clay Henry, the publisher of Hogs Illustrated, joins us, as well as Rick Copps. Kevin Copps' father joins us tomorrow at 7:15. You don't want to miss that.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. Summer's finally here, and with a great deal on a new Camry, RAV4...